Everybody look at the snow in the yard.
This is the Patriots Pregame Show, presented by Dunkin.
Nobody's walking out on this fun, old-fashioned family Christmas. No, we're all in this together.
The Patriots Pregame Show is the world's largest virtual tailgate.
Humbug, I tell you, humbug.
Featuring fans of the six-time Super Bowl champion New England Patriots.
And we're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny Kaye.
Hardy, Mike Dussault, Paul Perillo, and Tamara Brown are here to light up the Christmas tree.
La 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 la. Look at the bells, look at the bells. Holy crap, here comes Jesus, and he doesn't look too happy.
Hardy, Mike Dussault, Paul Perillo, and Tamara Brown are here to get you ready for the game.
Oh why must Christmas come but once a year?
And did you know tomorrow is Tamara's birthday?
Today is my B-Day, and people around here just go crazy for it. I don't know why.
Now, live from our studios inside Gillette Stadium, Patriots Nation, welcome to the Patriots Pregame Show presented by Dunkin.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Well, Merry Christmas indeed, and welcome into the Patriots Pregame Show fueled by Dunkin. We are all here. Everybody is here. Matt Morrell, Matt LePan, Mike Mike, Tamara Brown, Paul Perillo. I am here. We're all here.
We're all here.
We are here.
My mic sounds very clippy, though. I don't know what's going on. Do you hear that, Matt?
What does that mean, clippy?
This is what happens when poor Matt Morrell needs to be out of the office for a half hour
It's
one day.
clippy.
I was not here on Thursday.
Correct.
It's over-modulating.
Oh.
Now it's not. See, he already fixed
This
it.
is like radio
because
talk.
he is a professional.
Just a podcaster,
That was a
man.
great intro, I have to say.
That was fantastic.
The best
Well
intro
done.
yet.
I mean, let me tell you something. Marie Matt not mailing it in just because it's a holiday and we are here inexplicably working. Oh, no, there is an explanation. The Patriots are playing in Denver tonight.
Right.
Just a couple of opening thoughts from everybody before we get those keys to the game. I want to start with the birthday girl over there, Tamara. Birthday isn't until tomorrow, but damned if it's not going to get mentioned 600 times tonight. Hi, Princess. Princess Christmas. Princess Christmas.
The Queen is here.
Yeah. What do you
Hi.
got? What do you think tonight?
Opening thoughts. A little sad. I don't want to be a negative Nancy, obviously, to start things off, but just to already have a depleted offense without Ramondre Stevenson, to add, Hunter Henry, Juju to that mix. Obviously, Cole Strange not here, Connor McDermott. It's like an never-ending list that seems to be growing week by week, and so I'm a little bit concerned about what the offense is going to be able to do.
It's got a little preseason feel to it.
Yeah.
You're going to have some Matt Sokol. Big night for him.
Oh, my God. Now that you mention it, but I mean, from the quarterback to the people who are out with injury, it feels like preseason game number 4.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just like I feel like Hunter Henry has been, really coming on the last couple weeks, especially his chemistry with Zappy, and so to have that out of the mix is kind of wondering what's going to happen.
Where are they going to get any pass completions from?
Yep.
I mean, he's been playing hard all year, but it's still a tough loss, and anytime a young quarterback loses their tight end, it's kind of a big deal. So we'll see if Gesicki's going to get a bump in play time, or Farrell Brown. And like I said, Matt Sokol getting his first
Mike, there was
chance
another guy elevated from the practice squad that I'm not overly familiar with. Can you tell me who that gentleman was?
Yes, that's Azizi Hearn. No, Breon Borders. Breon Borders, who I believe has played with 12 teams in the past 5 years. He's on practice squads all around the league, so it's a cornerback. Yeah, it's a cornerback they elevated. So they got Sean Wade, Alex Austin, and Jonathan Jones. Jonathan Jones been fighting a knee injury. So they're bringing in Breon Borders, who I kid you not, like 12 teams in the last 5 years.
Okay, I was going to say good for him. He got the call up, but he's probably played
been around since like
50
2017
games. Yeah, it's like not even a big deal.
I'm glad I looked at that because I was like, who is this guy? You get to this point of the year and you're like, all right, but Paul threw it right at me, so I seemed like I was prepared, right?
He's probably half pissed that he has to travel and go play on Christmas Eve.
Right?
I've been on the practice squad all year. I thought I had the holiday off.
No, and then and James Ferentz too got promoted. So I don't know if that's
Bubba.
like, that kind of feels like maybe do you get like a year tolls or something like that, like in terms of if he gets promoted to the active roster, he qualifies for another year or something towards his career. Perhaps, I don't know. I'm just kind of speculating.
I mean, they did put McDermott on the IR.
Yep.
So
they're going to need him.
There was room for another offensive lineman.
Yeah.
All right. Any other opening thoughts here? I mean, I just know that I've made my peace with a win or a loss. I mean, a loss will, suck for the team, but it will certainly help with draft position. If it's a win, okay, good for the team. And I'm starting to feel okay about really any one of the top 4 selections in the draft. I think any of them are going to benefit the Patriots. And even if they're forced into that Marvin Harrison Jr. pick, I'm like, good, go get an almost sure thing wide receiver. Who's going to throw to him? I don't know. If you get a quarterback, who are they going to throw to?
Right.
If you're not going to get both, that's fine. I don't care. Whatever. I'm fine either way tonight is how I'm approaching this.
Yeah, I agree with you. In terms of your metaphysical little draft conundrum there, I would rather have the quarterback with no one to throw to than the great receiver with no one to throw it to.
I agree, because there's a better chance of the quarterback elevating receiver than the receiver elevating a quarterback. Is that fair?
Yeah, in terms of your desire for the game, you kind of reconcile it like, all right, either way, we have something to be sort of satisfied with. I don't want to say happy about, because you're not happy to win and go 4-11, or you're not happy to lose again. But you can make an argument that the 1 o'clock games today, and I didn't really see any of this stuff, so I can't give you the red zone version. But Carolina,
almost,
goes down to the wire with Green Bay, 33-30 game. I'm starting to think, let's not just dismiss that number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that didn't help them. Carolina losing. I mean, the Jets pulling out the win over the Commanders with, I think it was like a 54-yard field goal as time wound down. That one didn't help them either. So, it's just a weird feeling to be in. Like, man, we can't win this one. Like that's how you're feeling. It's getting tight. It's strange to get competitive about losses, but
we'll get
here we
to
are.
All the absences and injuries and everything. It's going to be a tough go of it, even if they were
it's a violent game, Mike.
desperately trying to win this. Red zone.
He's
Paul
out for the season again. No.
Okay. All right. You want to do keys to the game?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Why did you leave the keys up on the table? You wanted to.
You've waited all week for it.
The whole team's in the locker room right now, just listening to this, waiting to hear what you're going to say.
Without these keys, the Patriots are destined and doomed to fail.
Here are Hardy, Paul, Mike, and Tamara's keys to the game.
Why did I steal your key to the game also?
Keys to the game brought to you by all of us. Current key holder is...
Well, I suppose we should have
sorry.
the presentation of the key now. It's the ceremony.
Why don't you get your key there, Paul? And while we're waiting for Paul to get the key,
Matt,
we'll...
let's get some fanfare.
I don't want to do this to Floyd because Floyd always has a good long phone call. So we're going to go to Kendall in North Carolina. Kendall will actually anoint the key holder tonight. And we'll talk to Floyd, about other things because Floyd is, Floyd needs more time.
No, yeah.
No offense, Kendall, but
it's a misuse of his talents.
Okay. Nice.
Thank you, Matt.
Why don't you lead us off? What's your key to the game, Paul?
So I refused to do a Christmas pun because I'm so pissed off that I'm here tonight. So I refuse to take part. I just put the only offensive guy that I can think that is actually playing in this game is Demario Douglas. So I said, let Pop go off. Just find a way to incorporate this guy. My reservations about him actually being on the field, I guess, don't matter. I mean, sounds like the way he talked last week, the Patriots kind of agreed with me.
Yeah.
The organization itself, I just didn't really see how there was much to be gained about putting a guy who's had multiple concussions in a short period of time on the field, but he wants to play. So as long as he's out there, let's see if we can feed him tonight, get him 8 or 10 catches and see if he can make some plays.
Yeah.
Give it to Douglas and see if he can make some plays
How about this? I want to help you out. I want you to have a shot of retaining the key. How about Demario Holy Night?
I just said I'm refusing to take part in the Christmas
Just
puns.
like you refused to participate in Taylor Swift songs in your keys last week.
Demario
this week,
Holy
he's refusing.
Night.
No. You refused Taylor Swift. He's refusing to do anything Christmas themed.
Demario,
Now you know how it feels.
Last Christmas,
Now you know how
you
it
gave
feels.
us 10 catches.
Kenny.
No.
Dang it.
All right,
Also,
moving on.
Sticking to Demario, we asked him to name the 8 reindeer, and one of them was Clifford.
No.
He did. It was funny.
No.
He was like, Clifford, and then everybody started laughing. It was cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny stuff.
Clifford.
I don't know what you're laughing at over there. You couldn't figure out Hardy's reindeer.
I had to do the song in my head. It was I was on the spot. I'm
I've
like,
had great keys,
Donner and Donner and Dasher and Donner. I don't know.
I'll go next. I didn't try either because I've tried the last few weeks and I'm not getting the keys. So what's the point?
Did you hear that, Kendall?
No.
Yeah.
Openly
So you're
soliciting
forfeiting. You're
votes.
forfeiting winning the key. You're forfeiting winning the key.
My key is run the ball because A, they're going to have to based on what they've got personnel-wise, and B, let's keep the clock moving. Let's get this thing over with.
That's funny.
I get it now.
Give him the key now.
Santa's coming. We got to get home.
Yeah. I just heard Santa sleigh bells coming up the other side of the street.
You serious, Clark?
You just randomly go into different voices and
Well,
stuff.
it makes you happy when you get them, but if you don't, you feel like
Right.
I don't-
Well, and that happens to me. That's why I
I
was
know.
crediting you the other day because you get every one of them.
No, I didn't.
And I only get about half of them.
I don't get Casino and I don't get Midnight Run.
Oh, Midnight Run.
I haven't
get.
seen those enough.
Casino, I haven't seen enough to know all the
I haven't
lines.
seen any of these.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah,
that.
we know you're like 11.
The girl's gonna call in
Tomorrow,
again.
tomorrow you'll be 12.
Get ready though. The girl's gonna call in about Silence of the Lambs again to
Oh,
ask you if
God.
you've seen it yet.
Ugh, Still haven't seen it.
Deuce, what's your key?
Yeah, so I was in the middle of my Christmas party when I came up with this one. Again, not a ton of effort, but no presents for the Broncos. I guess the key that I'm trying to highlight, they lead the league in 13 forced fumbles. So, I just don't want to make it easy on them. Don't
They have forced a lot of
cough-
turnovers, Deuce.
Cough the
Not a bad
football
one.
up. And I also would use this as an opportunity to say Patriots have only forced 5 fumbles this year, third worst in the league. And, I've heard in the past NFL coaches say sign of a really tough defense is forced fumbles and, getting the ball out and, physically attacking it, when you're coming in on the tackle, gang tackling guys. So I just thought it was something to highlight. Broncos for, all their ups and downs this season. They've been really good at turning the ball over. So don't make it easy on them. Don't give them any presents. No free fumbles.
Okay. Tamara, your key?
Mine, I know we're in the Christmas spirit, but I'm being the opposite of that and say be the Grinch. I know everyone's expecting the Broncos to win this one. They're favorited by a touchdown, but I think the Patriots have the ability here to go and be the Grinch and spoil Christmas for all the Broncos fans that are going tonight. Whether they're there because it was a Christmas gift, whether they're there because they're season ticket holders, I want the Patriots to find a way to win tonight. I don't care if they use trick plays. I don't care what they do. They just need to find a way to win and don't find a way to lose.
The Grinch came around at the end and actually saved Christmas.
No.
And gave all the presents
Be the
back.
Grinch.
We're
No.
gonna, are we going to see, like, Bill Belichick's
No.
heart suddenly growing inside his,
No.
buddy?
Yes.
Like,
The Grinch is the good guy at the end.
Okay,
Spoiler alert.
No.
Yeah, he is.
Well, this is like Grinch prequel, though. Like when the Grinch was just evil.
Did you even read the novel?
I
Or
love
did
the
you just
Grinch.
watch?
Bro, do you even lift?
Yeah.
I love the Grinch, but I want them to be the Grinch and spoil Christmas.
The novel.
All right. Kendall in North Carolina, we ask you to anoint the new key holder for the week. Is it going to be Paul's Let Pop Go Off? Me, Run the Ball, Santa's Coming. Mike Dussault, No Presents for the Broncos, or Tamara, Be the Grinch? Who gets the key to the game?
I'm gonna go with Paul.
He retains the key. All
Every
right.
week.
I mean,
The
Can we
champion.
get that? Thank you.
I mean, at this point, I just,
Paul wins every week.
Anybody want to thank Paul?
I just,
Christmas
you
Eve.
guys are too good. I mean,
I think
you're
he's
too good to
tearing
me.
up a little
You
bit.
guys are just too good to me.
Yeah.
I can't handle
Your
this.
glitter is,
I
running.
told you, glitter in the eye, shining just the way.
Kendall, I just want to get to your phone call before we go behind enemy lines. What else do you have on the game tonight, Kendall?
Yeah, I got 2 quick questions right quick. My first question is, how do I call into the PU Picture Show during the week?
855-PATS-500.
Same number.
12 to 2.
Yep, same number that you just called in tonight.
Yep. 12 to 2.
Okay, just saying.
Don't call during lunch.
And okay, and my second question is, do you think it's a chance that Belichick would sit out a year if all the coaching spots get filled up, and maybe he's forced to sit out by default? Could you see him doing that?
Yeah, somebody brought that up earlier in the week, and I think it was maybe Mike Giardi who was on with us, or maybe it was you, Paul, when you were in with us on your station.
Doesn't sound like anything that I would say, but maybe.
No. Somebody said just age-wise, and this isn't an
that's why I don't
ageist take.
Right.
If you're out for a year, you're out.
That's how
it.
I feel.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't think he's. Look, Kendall, virtually any other coach at any age, I would say go back another 3-4 years. A guy in their late 60s, yeah, they can sit out a year. 72.
Well, I don't think he's going to sit out a year by design.
Just if he does, it's
I agree.
that much. It's crazy to think, and not because he's too old to do it, but teams are going to look at, okay, if we do hire Bill, how long is he here for?
Right.
2, 3
And I
years?
totally agree with that.
How long
There'll
is he
be,
gonna coach?
I don't know, a half dozen openings anyway. I mean, there's already 3 that we know of, right? Carolina,
Vegas,
and the Chargers.
Right.
Chargers.
So there's going to be a couple others at least. If he doesn't get one of those, I don't think it's going to be because he turns them all down. Washington will be open.
Yep.
We'll see what happens with some of these other ones. I mean, I think there's a chance that Dallas, if Dallas has a disappointing end to the season, I think they could make a change, even though Jerry Jones has said no.
Yeah.
All right, let's go behind enemy lines. Here we go.
You know the view from New England.
We go behind enemy lines.
But what about the view from the other side?
And that's why you're our favorite pregame show guest every year.
You guys know you tell everybody that.
Oh, yeah?
I was on with you guys in 2018, Thursday Night Football.
Yep.
And I was told I was the favorite guest of the show.
Nope.
No.
Time now to go behind enemy lines.
My God, it's coming right for us.
Joining us now from the Denver Post, Parker Gabriel. You can find him on Twitter at Parker J. Gabriel. Merry Christmas, Parker. Thanks for joining us. You're here with Hardy, Mike Dassault, Tamara, and Paul. How you doing?
I'm good. Merry Christmas to you guys.
Great to talk to you. Deuce?
Yeah, hey, Parker, just to jump in, what have you seen from Russell Wilson here, his second year with you guys, and obviously his first with Sean Payton? How's he looking this year?
Yeah, he's played a lot better than last year, obviously. Last year was sort of a, calamity all the way around. So he's played better. Certainly was playing more efficient early in the season than the last couple weeks. They've kind of tried to throw the ball downfield a little bit more recently, and they've made more big plays, but it's also come with more turnovers. So, if they're going to win their last three games, obviously starting tonight with New England and get to the playoffs, it's really got to be, the stuff that he's done this year, and then probably reduce the turnover rate.
Obviously, before, the Lions game last weekend, this is a team that was allowing 15.5 points between week 7 to 14. What's the confidence in the ability to be able to get back to holding opponents to those amount of points?
Yeah, I think the Broncos defense is confident that they'll bounce back after a bad week last week, and they've already sort of done it once, right? They got off to a horrendous start this season, really through the first 5 weeks of the year, and then after that, they got it turned around. They played a long stretch of really good ball, so they weren't worried after Saturday night. Obviously, they didn't play well, but I think that they've got confidence that they can sort of pull the turnaround for a second time this season.
Offensively, Parker, obviously beyond Wilson, it looks like it's a lot of Sutton downfield, but they just haven't been able to get the running game going. What has been the problem trying to get Javonte Williams untracked?
Yeah, well, teams have really loaded up to stop the run. I mean, I think in the middle of the season when the Broncos were playing at their best so far offensively, which even then it wasn't like it was lights out, but their most efficient offensive football this year has been when they've run the ball well. They did that for probably a month or so in the middle of the year. And since then, teams have really committed an extra guy to the box. They've run blitz. They've figured out a way to limit what the Broncos do on first down, and then they've got them into passing situations in later downs. So that they know that, obviously. They know they've got to run the ball well here down the stretch, and they obviously know that, one of the things New England has done well this year is stop the run. So it's a big test tonight. Of what the Broncos want to do offensively against what New England does well defensively.
Parker, how is Sean Payton settling in? I had a chance to speak with him last year during Super Bowl week, and I just found him to be, having never spoken with him in person before, just one of the more charismatic people I've ever talked to and engaged in, and he seemed like he would just hit the ground running and have nothing but wins. They've definitely found something, but were there some growing pains initially when he came in and took over?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was, and it's not the easiest situation. Denver doesn't have the most talented roster, and they don't have the most dynamic skill position guys. And obviously, Russell Wilson came into this year at sort of a crossroads in his career, and so it was a big project. And overall, I think it's gone. It's about where you would have expected them to be. They're obviously, much better. And you can tell that especially in the coaching department and just sort of the organizational department this year. And at the same time, like you said, it hasn't been easy necessarily. And they don't play offense probably exactly the way in his heart of hearts he wants to play. And so certainly there's been growing pains. Certainly there's been, frustration and the long nights and all that. But on Friday I asked him about, being back and not only having, several months of being an NFL head coach back under his belt now, but being here at 7-7 and the chase being on and needing 3 wins in a row to try to make the playoffs. And he did sort of light up at that. It's clearly what he missed about, being out for a year was the chase and particularly this time of year playing for something and it really mattering. And so he's got that, whether he likes it or not at this point.
Yeah.
Who's been emerging for this defense? I mean, it's obviously been a while since the Patriots have seen you guys. It's things have changed a little bit. Seems like you've got some younger players, but just who have been kind of emerging from younger players on that side of the ball for you guys?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Patriots fans will recognize Justin Simmons. He's been doing it for a long time. Obviously, Boston College, standout several years ago. But really, I mean, Pat Surtain is one of the best corners in football. Was a consensus All-Pro last year. Just in his second year. Now he's in his third year. He's playing great. And then, they've got some young guys. They're young on the edge with Nick Bonito and Baron Browning and Jonathan Cooper. And a guy to watch tonight, we'll see how much true nickel they play. But they have a second-year nickel named Jaquan McMillan who's just played great this year. He didn't even start the year as a starter. He cracked the lineup 6 weeks into the year, and he's played like a Pro Bowler since then. So he's number 29. He's a little guy, but he's feisty, and he's got a knack for making big plays.
The Broncos' inability to stop the short passes in the screen game, do you know why that is? Specifically looking at that Commanders game where they blew that 18-point lead in the second half. And I'm asking because the Patriots, they kind of lean on the short passes a lot, especially with these young quarterbacks.
Yeah, one of the things that the Broncos have they have two good inside linebackers, good players, productive players, and Alex Singleton and Josie Jewell, but they're not the big-time athletes, sideline-to-sideline, rangy type guys. And so, teams have sort of tried to exploit that in their own ways. Washington did it in the screen game. You've seen Miami and Detroit and Houston, some of the more explosive offenses in the NFL, do it, throwing the ball down the field, in the middle of the field. And so that'll be, that's one area that obviously, the Broncos know that's something that they've got to be, on their P's and Q's tonight in terms of handling the screen game and the quick stuff. And it'll be a little bit of a cat and mouse game to see if, can they take that away, and then can, Bailey Zappi and company find a way to sort of counter that if they do.
Parker, one of the guys that we talk about a lot around here for a lot of different reasons is Jerry Jeudy. And from afar, it looks like he's been sort of disappointing, but I'm just curious what your thoughts are on his development overall.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably a fair characterization. I do think, I think he's right. He said something that maybe, caught him a little bit of heat early in the year, and he said, a lot of things have to go right in order for a receiver to get the ball, and that is true. There's definitely times where he's getting open, and for whatever reason the ball doesn't find him, whether it goes to Courtland Sutton or whether he's on the backside of a progression or whether Russell Wilson gets pressured or whether, there's been a few times where Russell hasn't seen him. And so it's been a little bit of all that, but then I think at the same time, for a guy who is as supremely talented as Jerry Jeudy is, you just haven't seen the production. Some of that is on all of the other stuff that happens during a game, and some of that's on him. It's about being consistent and doing it every play and, finishing every route and all that stuff. And so I don't think it's any one thing, but for whatever reason through, 3.5 seasons here, 3 3/4 seasons, it hasn't fully clicked for him. You've seen signs of it at times, and he's got all the ability in the world. He's one of the best route runners in football. But he hasn't had that real sort of breakout stretch this year. And, if there was a time for it, the Broncos would certainly take it the last 3 games of the season, but, they're obviously still waiting out at this point.
All right, Parker, you got a score prediction for tonight's game. Winner, exact score, and if that comes through, we have a special prize for you. It's a Patriots pregame bumper sticker that we will send to you, COD.
That would be terrific. That would be the most unique out of what would then be one bumper sticker I have.
Yeah.
So, I have the Broncos at 24-13. It's one of those where I don't think it's going to be easy. I don't necessarily think it's going to look pretty, but at the end of the day, the Broncos want to win 3 in a row and make the playoffs, and New England would do well to have one of the top picks in the draft, and I don't see why everyone can't wake up happy at Christmas morning.
How badly is this game screwing up your holiday plans? Did it affect you in any way? Is it everything? I mean, obviously we've known this was happening, but how big of a wrench does this throw into the works for you?
Yeah, I left my house just before the turkey went in the oven, so there is some disruption.
Ouch.
But I would counter that by saying last year I spent Christmas Day at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles watching the Rams hang 51 on the Broncos and then Nathaniel Hackett getting fired the next morning. So compared to that, this is a walk in the park.
Yeah, count your blessings. I like it.
Well, we're 3-11, so we have that going for us.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Hey, Parker, great to talk to you. Thank you so much for taking the time, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, Parker.
Thanks, Parker. Parker Gabriel there, the Denver Post, at Parker J. Gabriel.
And then he probably had to write about it, right? Like as soon as Hackett got fired, like Christmas morning, he
Oh.
wakes up and then he's got to do a whole piece about it and
Yeah,
everything.
I think the game was actually on Christmas, and then you feel like, oh well, the day after we can unwind, and then the coach gets fired. So you're
no rest.
Yeah, that would be the worst.
Brutal. All right, let's get back to the phone calls here, everybody, and then later on we'll do a little. How many games we're we gonna pick?
I think it's 5.
It's a
4?
5-pack.
No, I'm being told 4.
Is that what's the 4-pack, Hardy?
Oh well, we have
It's the
we have
four-pack.
4 Monday. We have 4 Christmas Day games.
Well, 3.
What is the 4-pack?
The Kit Kat
It's
4-pack?
it's tonight and the 3 tomorrow.
Like little
He just nailed it.
Kit Kat 4-pack.
Kit Kat 4-pack.
Because you only got four wafers.
Yeah.
Wedges.
Yes. Wafers.
They are kind of all together.
Paul's
Though.
face.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not good today.
No, that's fine.
Just lean on us.
Any other 4-pack suggestions are fine, but I love the Kit Kat 4-pack.
Because it rhymes a little bit.
That kind of
Kinda.
Kit Kat 4-pack.
Goes as one of those Robin Thicke rhymes. Kind of
hey.
rhyme adjacent.
Oh yeah.
What rhymes with hug me? That doesn't really it's kind of the same word.
You're really on a different planet today.
No, hey, just remember,
Mike's bringing the energy for the rest of us.
He is.
He is.
And for the
Trying.
rest of us, everything's not going to be okay.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Is today Festivus? What was the official day of Festivus?
23rd.
Oh, it was 20
I have my son believing that we did not celebrate Christmas in my house. I gave him a very somber telling of what Festivus was and how we had to do that.
Yeah.
And I left out some of the, crazier stuff. And I think he believes me.
There we go. Did you express your grievances with him?
I told him, I said, we called it the airing of grievances, and it was a chance to, but he's like, what? My son, who's been raised and nurtured in a house just soaked with sarcasm, still does not pick up on it. I don't know.
I have a quick question for Mike.
Oh,
Mike, do you remember the COVID season?
Oh, hell yeah.
The Cam Newton year?
Yeah.
The Patriots lost to Denver that day.
Yeah.
Do you remember the game?
Only because I looked back at it and saw there were 7 field goals.
I was just looking at we have on the last 5 games, 18-12, and it was all field
6
goals.
field goals.
It was all field goals
Yeah.
for Denver that day. They absolutely kicked the crap out of us, but they couldn't get in the end zone. Remember the guy Albert O kept dropping touchdowns?
Oh yeah.
It was.
I don't know.
That was a bizarre game.
That whole season, I just don't know how they played football games. Like when you see highlights on TV and it's like somebody celebrating in an empty stadium, I was like, what? That just it was terrible.
It's like going to a Northeastern basketball game.
Oh.
They're on the rebound, aren't they?
I thought it was cute when Parker earlier said, who was the receiver that we'd all be familiar with?
Udi? Yeri Udi?
No, the Boston College.
Justin Simmons. He's a great safety.
I'm like, no one knows him from watching Boston College football, not around here.
Not going to lie, dog. I know him from the NFL, not from
and Don
from
Maxson.
BC.
You got the wrong.
The fact that our obnoxious producer points it out every time. Don.
There's like 4 college football fans in this town. We're sitting with one of them.
Yeah.
And everyone else.
I like college football.
She is ACC.
Just not Boston College.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Is that college football?
It doesn't really count. It doesn't.
Are you going to go to Fenway Bowl this week? You guys going to that?
Oh,
is that this week?
I think so. Oh, thanks, Doc McLeod. Appreciate you.
That's so cute.
Draft picks. Let's go.
Oh, he's got a sack of draft picks. Look at that.
I love
Let's
that.
go.
I hope that's a sack.
No.
He's kind of got the Matty P pencil, though. I don't know. That's giving me a little.
He's giving me
PTSD.
the Santa's giving me some Matty P vibes. Like you make that a dark beard instead of white.
That's very nice. Thank you very much. Love the cartoons. All right, Floyd in Michigan always brings it too. So Floyd, Merry Christmas. Thanks for checking in. What do you got for us tonight?
Merry Christmas to all of you. Good evening. We have 5 questions, yes or no only.
All right.
If we have time, a bonus question for Paul and Hart.
Ooh. We'll have time.
Question number 1.
We got
Is
nothing.
Lamar Jackson an underrated passer?
No.
I think he's a good passer.
No.
I don't think he's underrated. I think he's
I think he's proved himself.
Yeah, I think he's fairly properly rated.
I think
Lamar Jackson.
I think he is properly rated.
Yeah,
I think he's a lot of people top
like
3 MVP.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he's good.
So, but we're going with no, and he's a great player. There's a weird.
2 years. Yes, no
It's
question.
a yes,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Next.
Sorry, Floyd.
Question number 2.
He's exasperated.
Is Trevor Lawrence overrated?
Ah,
I think he's just hurt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to
I don't
just-
think we were just talking about him before the show started. I'm breaking my own rule. I don't think the Jags have done him.
They haven't done him
very
a ton
well.
of favors,
right?
no.
Like he's been banged up for the last month. He had a knee injury, he had an ankle injury, he had a concussion. He hasn't missed any time for any of them, and they're losing the games. He's not playing well.
Yeah, the backup's in now.
They're putting too much in on him. I don't think he's overrated. I just think he's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed.
Question number 3. When it comes to QB tools and trades, it's said that Drake May is number 2 in a lot of different things, but not number 1 in any one thing. Does this concern you?
No. He's
No,
the
it's-
second-rated quarterback
Well,
behind Caleb Williams.
But you would think that he would at least be better than Caleb Williams and everyone else in one or two areas if you're going to check
I'll
off
give you
six-
one. He has better stature, better size.
There.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's because like he's like a little bit of everything. Like he's good at different things. Like but he's not like excellent at one specific thing.
Yeah.
Question number 4. A Detroit sports radio host says you either draft a quarterback in the top 10 or trade for a veteran. Do you agree with this philosophy?
I mean, generally yes, but I think I would always just take a day 3 quarterback, no matter what. But yeah,
I would agree with Deuce. I just think that it's case by case. Like if you can get a veteran who's I think Detroit that worked out very well. Like they were able to trade Stafford for a boatload of picks, and they got a young quarterback at the same time in Goff.
Yeah,
that works.
Worked for Rams too.
I think there's many teams that have sort of rolled the dice and said, change of scenery. We can make Sam Darnold a good player.
Yeah.
Change of scenery. We can get more out of
Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield, and on
And there it
his
is.
6th stop, it's
now it's
finally
working.
looks like it's kind of working. Really, only because they're in a dreadfully bad division.
Yeah.
But he's played reasonably well. I'll give him his props. Yeah. I think that's. I think you can get a quarterback later in the draft. It doesn't have to be a top pick, but like you can get a 2nd or 3rd rounder and develop him.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Question number 5. This is especially for Miss Tamara Brown, but anyone can answer. I'm a fan of college basketball, women's college basketball.
Oh,
same.
What a dreadful product.
I can't hear.
Tamara can't hear. Sorry.
They're the worst.
In women's college basketball, is it okay that there are male head coaches and male broadcasters, or should these opportunities go to women?
There are a few male ones that I really like, but I do think I like the former players and women in the roles more, just because they watch more of the games. But I'm open. I'm open to it.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
That's kind of the
I
point.
care.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
All right, what were the bonus questions, Floyd? What the hell?
Yeah, for you guys.
Bonus question for Paul and Hardy, but anyone can answer.
Nice.
Oh.
The Celtics are an impressive 22-6, but should we be concerned about another meltdown and loss against the Warriors? As always, thank you for taking my call.
Thanks, Floyd.
Thanks, Floyd.
Love you.
Specifically for the Warriors, absolutely not. The Warriors aren't even going to make the playoffs. I would say that I would compare the Celtics to the current San Francisco 49ers. When the Celtics are at their best or close to their best, I don't think anybody can touch them.
No, Paul is wrong.
Okay.
You know that one?
I don't know.
I do know that one.
I'm kind of paraphrasing my cousin Vinny there.
Yes.
The defense
Yes.
is wrong.
Yes. Yeah, I knew I did get that
It doesn't
one.
hold water.
You should be concerned because you went up against a team that knows how to win. And you know what? You have not yet proven with your MVP and your
If they
big
knew how to
points and
win,
all
they
that
would have
stuff.
more wins than losses. They don't.
Oh.
What?
If Golden State knew how to win, quote unquote, they'd have more wins than losses.
They
at
know
this stage
how
of the
to
season.
win big games and big moments.
Nah, fair.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. They haven't won anything. They haven't.
I didn't say they haven't won any. Don't be Andy. Don't Andy Hart me.
Well, what are you talking about? Between
the current Warriors stink.
Steph Curry does not.
I'm not worried about the current Warriors.
Oh.
If you're asking me about 3 years ago,
I'm not.
Absolutely,
Look,
heart of a champion.
Look,
Love it.
Those were two teams that both wanted to win that game. One team.
And one team took their foot off the gas and lost.
Yeah, you want to know why?
In a random game.
Because they haven't figured out. You think they treated that as a random game? The Celtics did.
No, I think they had an off night shooting and they lost.
Yeah,
that's if you want to know my one concern about them is are they only this much better than everybody when they shoot the ball well? Like last night, I think they made like 25 3-pointers and they blew doors off of a red hot Clippers team.
So,
like, is that what it is? That all it is? Is shooting?
You're taking Floyd's question in a different direction.
Well, he said Golden State,
not because it was Golden State. I do worry about it because I think you had one team that understands what it takes to win in the moment, and one team that has not yet figured that out.
I get your point.
And here's what I do.
I'm not
worry
worried about Golden State though.
No, it's. Oh my God.
I don't think there's any team out like.
No, I don't think Golden State's going to be there either.
Okay, so. And the reason I think that he asked Golden State because I don't really think there are any teams out there like Golden State that like sort of have that like pedigree.
Lakers?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not this like it's not like Kobe Bryant. Like this version of the Lakers isn't that.
No, but LeBron makes up for. I'm not saying he makes up for both Kobe and.
You know what's
Shaq,
great about this?
But it's.
You know what's great about this?
What?
5 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do.
Well, we'll be caught up
we'll
on
see what happens to LeBron.
I don't want to go down this road, but the other thing that does concern me is I don't know how great they are without Porzingis. That's 2 big games they've lost without
I'll
Porzingis.
give you so now it's going to be really, really nice. We're going to give a nice moment to the audience, all 7 of them that are listening on Christmas Eve.
Is it a Christmas moment?
I'm going to give you the nice moment where you and I come together. My one fear is health because I think it's a very thin roster. And I don't know if Porzingis, Tatum, Brown, like I know that they've won games without those guys individually. I don't know that they can beat a good team in a playoff series without those guys.
Yeah.
I think they need to be, that top 6 needs to be intact when they go into the playoffs. But if they are, I think they're head and shoulders the best team in basketball.
Let's go back to the phones here. Jake in Australia, where forgive my ignorance here. But
Mike, basketball's that sport that they play on the hardwood.
I'm sorry.
And they throw the ball into the net, the basket. Mike doesn't know.
Hoops.
He doesn't know from basketball.
He doesn't care. I know you have basketball in Australia, but do you have Christmas?
The basketball talk.
What?
Yeah. Right.
Are we just catching juice up on the basketball talk?
Oh,
yeah.
I know.
What happens Christmas time in Australia?
Father Christmas, I think. It's Father Christmas down there.
Yeah, so Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays to those who do others.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do? It's summertime there. Is that? I guess if you don't know any different, it's not weird.
It's meant to be. It's actually torrential rainfalls down the east coast of Australia.
Okay. Oh, I thought there was more. Okay, I'm sorry. Hello? I think we lost him.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, now we got you.
Oh, boy.
Now we got you. All right, so what do you got on the game tonight there, Jake?
I'm hoping for the Christmas miracle.
Okay.
I mean, it's very...
Which is?
Very,
So what would that be?
This is a long shot. We score a touchdown.
Yeah.
So you're rooting for a win?
I'm rooting for just somewhat of a game to be interested in.
Yeah.
I would like a compelling game. I as I said at the top, I've made my peace with a win or a loss at this point in the season. But, I mean, seeing them get to the end zone and not having another, what was the final from 2020, 18-12, the overture game?
Yes, 18-12. That might have been a scorigami. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe. But, Jake, I'm with you. Getting to the end zone would be nice.
I'm for whatever gets the game over the quickest.
I am with that.
If that's a blowout and it goes fast, I'm all for it.
Yes, exposed. That is all that we're truly rooting for tonight, Jake. But thanks for checking in, and Merry Christmas.
It's funny.
Merry Christmas, you guys.
All right. There we go.
It's Father Christmas down there, though, right? Not Santa Claus, right?
Okay, you keep saying that. That's a UK
I just want to make sure
thing.
that's right. I know.
Well, I don't know.
Isn't a UK penal colony down there?
See, now this is all very, very cliche and accurate, but I don't think they like that.
No.
I don't think they hold on to a lot of British euphemisms.
Oh, my apologies.
If they can,
all right.
They get my apologize. My bad, dog. Pat and Agawam, cousin Patty, what's up? Merry Christmas.
Hello.
Oh boy. Yeah, you're in it, huh?
I'm in it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Merry Christmas.
Little maple
Merry
bourbon
Christmas.
in that eggnog.
Oh, that sounds nice.
No, I'm not in it like that. I'm sorry. My girls are just started opening up a couple gifts.
That's what I meant. Yeah, I mean, you're in the thick of it.
So your
Eve?
girls are opening up gifts,
What?
and you're calling in a pregame show of a 3-11 football team.
He knows what they're getting. He bought it.
Cousin Patty.
Listen, Paulie. I just wanted to say Merry Christmas, and I'm a little bit heartbroken because Hardy's leaving the show, and I just want to tell
That's
him
not official yet. Don't. Let's not bury him yet. We had to talk about this on Thursday.
Yeah, we're talking about
High-level negotiations. It's not completely over yet. The Germans
just
have
say
not
Hardy
yet
far
bombed
away.
Pearl Harbor.
Right.
You're far and away the best host the show's ever had.
He's definitely moved up the all-time power
He's moved
rankings.
up.
Longest
moved up.
running.
He's moved up.
I don't think
Moved
I'm actually
out.
From where he started.
I don't think I'm better than anyone else. I think you just in here long enough, people get used to you. It's kind of like Matty in the morning. It's like, oh, he's the best. Was he? Or did you just listen to him for a long time?
Matty in the morning was terrific until the end. He got really cranky at the end.
Well, he was always that way.
But
Spoiler
not like,
alert.
but like mean. Like it used to be charming. He got mean at the end.
Oh, I don't remember the charming part. I only listened to him for 20 years. All right.
Wow, he's got a lot of Fred in him. Have you ever noticed that? How dismissive he is of me?
Wow.
He's got a lot of Fred to him.
You know what? Listen to this, Paul. So I called in on Thursday, and I was singing your guys' praises, and I just said, Freddie, I got to say, this is like the best iteration of the flagship show. And he's like, oh, you mean without Paul? And, that
Fred didn't say that. Mike said that.
He did.
Mike said it.
I did. I told him right after.
He
'cause
told
I
me.
felt guilty.
Mike said it.
I felt guilty.
Because I went right from my stint with Hardy to the Christmas party here at Gillette Stadium.
I thought Fred had said it. But I was just calling in to say Merry Christmas to you guys. And, I know it sucks that you got to be there, but just, hey, make it through and get home safe tonight. Love you guys.
Make your future. Make it
be your future.
Thank you.
Thank you, cousin Patty, and same to you and yours.
Yes.
Make your future. I got that one.
Thank you.
What do you think? You often like to delve into like dialogue and whatnot. What do you think that was all about? Just like a coke-filled
cocaine.
Like
that was cocaine.
That was
Cocaine,
like,
Jack.
What movie
like,
are we on?
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack. Like
apparently,
Danny, be your future. See your future.
Make
your future. Like
apparently that set was just a cocaine-fueled romp.
Do you think that's all that
6
was?
weeks. Yeah.
No, I know that's what the movie was, but that scene in particular.
Yes.
Like, what do you think the lines were supposed to be? Like,
Oh, I bet like
focus and your future's ahead of you.
Probably.
Son.
That's probably.
And he was like,
yeah.
see your make your like. It's so bizarre.
Oh, I think like the whole thing when they were in Carl's like little whatever you call it, his shack, and like cannonball coming. Like I think that thing was all just let it fly.
Yeah.
He could smoke the Jesus out of it.
I don't think they thought that movie would be watchable or would be, still being watched 50 years later.
Like piece it together.
50, 40 years later. How about an email?
That's all I need.
Yeah. Not great.
That's another classic.
Not great. Here's Addison in Fresno. Hi, gang. Thank you all for making this Patriots season followable. I truly enjoy the podcast, pre- and post-game shows more than I enjoy watching the team these games. Oh, Hardy's been a huge part of that, producing 4 hours of immaculate content. Are you listening to this, Tamara?
I am.
As part of the best duo in sports, Patriots Unfiltered and I assume and this thing. So, as for football, I feel the defense is completely overrated, and teams aren't scoring as much as they could, but rather are scoring what they need, and then throttling down the offense to hold a lead, a strategy that only works in high school. Your thoughts? That's Addison and Fresno.
There's a little bit. I think at times.
absolutely.
I mean, I think they
there's
played
some of
some bad quarterbacks too. But yeah, I mean, going back to last week, they could have. I mean, I think Kansas City could have put up more points if they wanted to. I think the defense they're good stopping the run, and I think we've kind of trumpeted that. But when it gets down to it on a third down, got to have it moments. I worry about them. I think they got some pieces, and they have some pieces coming back next year. But I think they'll have a lot of work to do, especially in the pass rush front. I think they got to surround Christian Barmore and reinforce kind of Matthew Judon and make sure they're protected against losing him again, because I think that was kind of the key loss. And we've seen Uche's production fall off a cliff without him, and it's I think that's what it comes down to. It's a passing league, and this team, when they really needed to go stop the pass against a good passing team, they can't do it.
What do you think, Tamara?
I would say I'd be interested to see how they do today, especially against Sutton and Judy. And not to mention Russell Wilson too, just being a dual threat quarterback, and this team been a weakness stopping quarterbacks like that. I know he's old, but he can still move around a little bit, and so I'm wondering how are they going to do second week in a row against a quarterback who can move and great receivers.
Yeah, if they're actually out there trying to win and trying to get it done, the defense has certainly been the better of the two units. But I always wonder if for an altitude game, I always think it affects the defense more. Offense, you need to find it, and if it's your number being called. And sure, you want to finish your route even there, but you really don't need to. Let's face it. The defense always has to play all 11 guys, to the whistle. And I think the defense is more likely to get gassed early than the offense.
That's a good observation.
I agree. And it's weird to bring this up, but special teams.
Sure. My observation.
The special teams worries me the most today, I feel like.
Yeah, Denver's got good special teams too. It's an area that this game could be won kind of on special teams.
Can I ask all you guys? How about those kicking balls last week?
Oh God!
Oh no!
What a
farce!
Hey, Goodell, clown nose! You don't even know how to inflate the balls. Free Tom Brady.
Oh,
Am I right?
We had a mad Chad Ryland after the game, I guess. I just
loved how indignant Bill was about it. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, he jumped right
we
into
know.
it.
Yeah, we knew. Yeah, I mean, we said we knew.
Did Harrison Butker address it at all this week? I would at least like to have heard him say something, because he hasn't missed a kick all year. That was
to me, the big thing was the kickoffs. In all seriousness, the kickoffs weren't going to the end zone.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If it was the regular balls, I'd sit there and say we need an investigation. It was the kicking balls. The teams don't touch those.
Yeah.
So I would suspend the referees, or whichever one is specifically responsible for the air pressure in the footballs. Didn't do his job.
Yeah. I mean, and I understand it can, not everyone's going to be perfect, but isn't that something that a couple of people would check out, and it's it's a relatively easy thing, and if you're in charge of the kicking balls, those things should be billiard balls, in terms of the air pressure in them.
Yeah.
They didn't notice?
No, and it comes, during a season when the refs are under a lot of flack about bad calls. And this is just lack of attention to detail, especially pregame, where this is something that, should just be formulaic, how they kind of string these together and make sure the balls are properly inflated. But it was a meaningless game for the most part. I can't imagine, what would have happened if, a field goal had been missed because of this and a team had lost in the playoffs because, they've been screwing around the balls. Bill seemed particularly perturbed that, they didn't even address it till halftime. I think he wanted it sooner, but I don't know. In a season like this, whatever. Oh, and here we go.
Inactives.
So Matthew Slater.
Oh, no.
Oh, we have the inactives.
Matthew Slater will be inactive. That's interesting. But otherwise, I guess pretty much what
everybody else was already out except for Sam Roberts.
Sam Roberts is the only real new one. So, yeah, Matthew Slater. It's probably coming down to the end here with his career. So hopefully he'll be able to maybe get back out there for the last game at least to play one more time. I just didn't want to see him when we were here last week and saw him go down and oh God, is this kind of how it ends for him? I hope he's able to get out and play one more game. But
so do we know if he traveled?
I believe so.
He must have, because he would have had to have been ruled out yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Hunter Henry was ruled out yesterday, and who else? Wasn't there two people ruled out yesterday that weren't ruled out?
Wasn't it, I think, Connor?
I think they moved. Maybe they might move McDermott to IR, perhaps.
I think McDermott got moved to IR. Yeah, because the other guys were ruled out on Friday.
Yeah, Connor McDermott was the other one.
All right. Well, it's too bad for Matthew Slater that he had to travel anyway and won't be able to play, but it would be nice to see him back before the end of the season. Okay.
I'm really sad about Jabril Peppers. I feel like when the defense has had takeaways, he's been in the mix somehow, and so it's like without him, who's going to be that really aggressive person?
He's also one of the 3 players we've spoken to through 14 games of this season.
Yeah.
Think about that. Only 3 player calls into the show because we only get the call after
He was
the
one
win.
of them?
Yeah. It was
Oh,
Jabril Peppers.
I thought you were talking about Slater still.
Miss Peppers.
We had a good Boston Cream. I don't know if you saw Boston Cream had a funny a post with Jabril Peppers. Breaking. Doctors say that he's got a medical condition for the rest of his life. He's got that dog in him. Making that joke, and then Peppers retweeted it. So he's okay. But
Yeah.
I think he was mad last week about the injury. He talked so much this year about overcoming that knee injury and how much he appreciates playing now, and so I think he's
and I was glad to
frustrated.
see that the injury wasn't related to that. It's a hamstring. And because he looked to be in pretty good pain after the game for Kansas City. I saw some shots that some of the photogs had of him going down the stairs. It wasn't Mac Jones-esque going down those stairs, but he was in a significant amount of pain.
Dad! Cobra! Bye, poison eye! Trivia question.
I don't even know sometimes.
Who are the
I
other
can't
two,
even.
Who are the other 2 players we've spoken to on the post game?
Jelani Tavai was one.
Tavai, that was after the Pittsburgh game.
And,
Correct.
Sugar. Who was the other one?
Kyle Duggar?
I don't know.
Who'd
It was
you-
after that Jets
Dietrich
one, probably.
Wise?
I don't think so.
Gesicki? Did you get him after the
Oh, we
the
did.
Bills?
Yeah.
We got Gesicki after the Bills game.
Good call.
The touchdown,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Well, it was memorable, I can tell you that.
And we're getting a thumbs up from inside the glass.
From our producer.
Matt Morrell, thank you. All right, let's talk to Spee in Fresno here, 855-PATS-500, webradio at patriots.com. What do you got for us there, Spee?
Merry New Year.
Hey!
Happy New Year.
In this country, we say Happy New Year.
Please forgive me my English, which stinks.
No, it's thank you for correcting my English.
Okay. Wow. Okay. No, I would have corrected you too.
You would have.
Hardy, I'm going to echo Patty, and I really hope they're able to work out a deal with you. Pay the man. Come on.
Yeah, that is the
it's
issue.
not about money.
We are at an impasse. No, there's no.
It's not about the money, Dale.
No, there's no expectation of getting a raise. Don't be a silly goose. No, it's just time. It's the timing of it. Up at 4 a.m. On a Monday.
Maybe we can wait and see what the schedule looks like. You only get probably only going to get 2.
Hey, if you get
maybe 3 prime time games.
If you get 17 1 o'clocks, I'm in. But even the 4 o'clock games make
suck
for
it up, Buttercup.
Oh,
Let's go.
you're right.
Fred should to the negotiation. Fred should come in strong and offer like a 3.5 rather than a 2-minute commercial break.
Oh, there you go.
That would.
It could go a long way. You know what would have gone a long way? Shortening the pregame tonight to even 90 minutes, but that ship has sailed. So
we shortened the postgame for you.
Yeah, well,
we're only doing an hour tonight postgame, so make sure you get your calls in quick.
Yeah, because we won't be here long.
Because we be in and out.
So I'm in the midst of making an apple cardamom cake with caramel pecan butter frosting. I know.
Whoa!
I don't know what any of that is.
I don't care for the cardamom, but I know that is a foodie thing. Like that's real cooking.
If you had it, you would care.
No,
I didn't say I didn't care. I said I don't know what that means.
Your cake, I would. I've had cardamom cookies before that were vile, but maybe just someone didn't know what they were doing with the cardamom. That's all.
All right. Well, maybe you'll like my beef Wellington last night instead.
Oh, it was Saturday night. Yes.
Keep him busy. Hey, what's a Jew? I'm a Jew on Christmas. I got to find something else to do.
Yeah.
Chinese food.
That's true. That's
movies,
classic,
right?
So I'm looking at the Dolphins. I know they're having difficulties, but they're beating the Cowboys 19-13 now, and the Bills winning. And I had a stupid question to my wife, and she just rolled her eyes. So I thought that I'd ask you guys. So, like all these years, talking about the AFC East being maybe soft, and that's why the Patriots are always in the playoffs. And I mean, I started to wonder: is it just that Brady was that good that he just destroyed everybody in the AFC East, and now with him gone, we're seeing some of the other tides rise for those other teams. It's an oversimplification, but just a weird little. I wonder if you guys had any thoughts on that.
Yeah.
No, I think this version of the Bills and Dolphins would have been much more competitive.
Yeah.
With the Patriots back in the day. Now, I'm not telling you they would have been better than the Patriots, because some of the better Patriots teams I don't believe these teams would have beaten, but they never really had teams that legitimately could, very short periods of time.
Yeah.
The Jets that back-to-back year where they legitimately were a second-place team, but never consistently.
And even I would say this too, especially with the Dolphins, even against good Patriots teams, they found ways to split a lot of those season series.
Because Miami was always so tough on them down in Miami.
Yeah. So
at home, Miami at home.
Yeah.
So
it is conspicuous though. Like, I know it's probably a spurious thing. It's not real, but you look at what's happening. Like, I mean, maybe it's just because the Patriots suck so much, but I don't know. It's just a random thought. It's like the AFC East looks pretty strong now, and Brady's gone. It doesn't mean one caused the other, but it just sticks out.
It's just like, too, with the teams are competitive now. It doesn't, like, when Brady was here, teams were just sent into spirals because it would be 2 years with a quarterback.
I would also disagree that the AFC East is strong. I mean, they have 2 good teams instead of 1.5, which is what they always had.
Yeah, and it could come down to the last week,
if Aaron
too.
Rodgers was playing, you wonder.
I know, but he didn't, and they're a bad team. Like, the Jets haven't been good in a long time.
Yeah.
All right.
Speed,
that's all I got. Hey, have a happy New Year, Hardy. Come on back.
All right, Speed, thanks for checking in. Happy New Year to you, too,
Thanks,
buddy.
Speed. Be well.
Yeah.
Get back in that kitchen.
Be well, buddy.
All right. He's quite the foodie there, Speed. I had no idea.
That was well above my pay grade in terms of the foodie.
I've seen a cardamom before.
I wouldn't know.
I just tried for the first time, the barbecue Doritos. I don't know if you've had those.
What?
No, actually, now you think of it, now that I'm thinking of it, you're right.
There's
That's
a barbecue
Barbecue
flavor.
Lays, sure, but barbecue Doritos.
Just tried them for the first time. I found them delightful.
I've only had 2 kinds of Doritos in my life. Are there more than Cool Ranch and Original?
That's it. Those are the 2, right?
I don't know. I'm hearing about barbecue now.
Yeah,
what else
they have
I missed out on?
chili. Spicy chili,
What?
I think.
You're thinking of Fritos?
The purple bag Doritos.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Yeah.
Morel gets me.
Morel. Yeah.
Sweet chili, that's what it is.
They're doing a lot with the chip
Doritos
flavors
hot
nowadays.
mustard.
Ew.
Dynamite chile lemon.
It's a no for
Spicy
me.
nacho, spicy sweet chili. Holy.
And nacho cheese.
It's a whole new world of
Salsa verde.
Dorito flavors. Wow.
Meanwhile, Hardy calls it up on Google, and there's literally like, I don't know, 24 different brands.
Doritos
different
fiery
flavors.
habanero.
I would have gotten the same, too. I don't think I would have gotten any other ones.
All right. Well, more on this when we return on this Patriots pregame, fueled by Dunkin. You got one more Wednesday. Dunkin' Rewards members get a free donut with drink purchase every Wednesday in December. Limit 1 classic donut per member per Wednesday. Terms and exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Offer ends this Wednesday, 12/27/2023.
Touchview Interactive from the Yokers Company offers New England's leading schools and businesses technologically advanced and easy-to-use interactive displays, providing enhanced collaboration and improved student outcomes in the classroom, and an easy way to foster communication and teamwork in any business environment. Available in multiple sizes, Touchview also offers a built-in PC, allowing for easy use through video conference systems. For more information, visit okers.com.
By the time this Patriots fan is finished drinking his Pepsi, you'll be 15 seconds closer to game time. Patriots watching. Better with Pepsi.
This is the Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. The bar and the handle removes unseen dirt and debris ahead of the blades for effortless shaving in one efficient stroke.
Studies show that up to 94% of female C-level executives played sports. That's why Bridgestone is partnering with professional football teams across the country to sponsor girls' flag football leagues, bringing new opportunities to those that need it most. Because learning to catch and dodge matters. but learning to lead on the field so you can lead in any field. That's what really matters.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon.
This holiday, trade in any iPhone in any condition for the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium, Apple TV 4K, and 6 months of Apple One. All on us with unlimited Ultimate. Go to your local Verizon store now. 6 months of Apple One, then $10 per month. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on unlimited Ultimate plan required. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR. Apple TV 4K and Apple One offers require eligible phone purchase with activation on unlimited Ultimate. Additional terms and conditions apply. Visit Verizon.com for details.
When someone accidentally threw away the school play costumes,
Oh no!
replacements were shipped with FedEx. And with picture proof of delivery, everyone could focus on the perfect opening night. FedEx, where now meets next. For residential delivery only.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon.
This holiday, trade in any iPhone in any condition for the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium, Apple TV 4K, and 6 months of Apple One. All on us with unlimited Ultimate. Go to your local Verizon store now. 6 months of Apple One, then $10 per month. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on unlimited Ultimate plan required. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR. Apple TV 4K and Apple One offers require eligible phone purchase with activation on unlimited Ultimate. Additional terms and conditions apply. Visit Verizon.com for details.
Offers New England's leading schools and businesses technologically advanced and easy-to-use interactive displays, providing enhanced collaboration and improved student outcomes in the classroom, and an easy way to foster communication and teamwork in any business environment. Available in multiple sizes, TouchView also offers a built-in PC, allowing for easy use through video conference systems. For more information, visit okers.com.
By the time this Patriots fan is finished drinking his Pepsi, you'll be 15 seconds closer to game time. Patriots watching. Better with Pepsi.
This is the Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. The bar and the handle removes unseen dirt and debris ahead of the blades for effortless shaving in one efficient stroke.
Studies show that up to 94% of female C-level executives played sports. That's why Bridgestone is partnering with professional football teams across the country to sponsor girls' flag football leagues, bringing new opportunities to those that need it most. Because learning to catch and dodge matters. But learning to lead on the field so you can lead in any field. That's what really matters.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon.
This holiday, trade in any iPhone in any condition for the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium, Apple TV 4K, and 6 months of Apple One. All on us with unlimited Ultimate. Go to your local Verizon store now. 6 months of Apple One, then $10 per month. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on unlimited Ultimate plan required. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR. Apple TV 4K and Apple One offers require eligible phone purchase with activation on unlimited Ultimate. Additional terms and conditions apply. Visit Verizon.com for details.
When someone accidentally threw away the school play costumes,
Oh no!
replacements were shipped with FedEx. And with picture proof of delivery, everyone could focus on the perfect opening night. FedEx, where now meets next. For residential delivery only.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon.
This holiday, trade in any iPhone in any condition for the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium, Apple TV 4K, and 6 months of Apple One. All on us with unlimited Ultimate. Go to your local Verizon store now. 6 months of Apple One, then $10 per month. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on unlimited Ultimate plan required. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR. Apple TV 4K and Apple One offers require eligible phone purchase with activation on unlimited Ultimate. Additional terms and conditions apply. Visit Verizon.com for details.
Join the conversation by calling the Ace Ticket hotline at 855-PATS-500 or email the show at webradio@patriots.com.
You had a couple of real smelly keys, and they were not good. So I'm hoping you have a better one today.
Live from our studios inside Gillette Stadium, here's Hardy.
All right, we're all getting caught up in red zone now, and the
Cardinals.
Cardinals game here, and so I was like, oh my goodness gracious.
Who's that, Dortch? Yeah, Dortch.
That was beautiful.
Dortch taking
Fred
it
the
to
Dortch
the
Dorchman. All right, well done.
There he is.
All right, so we got a ball game there in Chicago. The Bears are up 24-16 over the Cardinals. There,
But it was like
6:37
20.
left
It
in
was
the
like.
fourth.
It was like 21.
Oh, there it
nothing.
is. Sweet and tangy barbecue for the
Absolutely
video
not.
listeners.
I bet that would be delightful.
Look at that bag. Would you call that gunmetal? That's what color is that?
It is.
It's
That's
very
gunmetal
intense.
gray. What?
Whoa.
I think you just gotta stick to the original. There are so many chip flavors now. There's like pickle flavored chip, ranch chip. Like it's too much.
Like
Pizza chips.
Like honey mustard. I'm down with like some of those. What are those ones? Those chips that are we allowed to talk about different chips?
Yes, absolutely.
You know, like the kettle ones, but the honey mustard ones that are like crack. You can't stop eating them.
Pan says the hot mustard Doritos are very underrated.
I've tried the hot mustard. I think Fritos.
Hot mustard.
I think there's a hot mustard Frito, and it's.
He said he'll talk Doritos till the game starts if you want.
I'm all about that.
I like the chips that comes with the Doritos, pretzels. What else is in there?
Oh, yeah, Cheetos.
Cheetos,
Yes.
and there's one more thing in there. Those are
Fritos,
so good.
maybe?
Sun chips, I believe.
Sun chips. Ooh.
Oh, Sun chips are in there. Yes, you're
yeah,
right.
I've had them,
They're
and
so good.
it's a delight.
I had a friend who
enjoy
OD'd
those.
on Sun chips, and they like tore the lining of his stomach, and he had to go to the hospital.
That's
Okay.
that's not a real thing.
It really
Was
was.
he eating them whole?
He might have been. He was. I think he was smoking a little of the marijuana. I think he got a little bit too overzealous on eating chips, and then he's like, "Yeah, I had to go to the hospital last night. He was having like intense pain in his stomach." But Sun chips, they're pretty sharp, right?
Okay, but that's why you need to chew them.
I know. I don't know.
Don't eat them whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Get some Sun chips.
I have
Wow.
not seen Doritos in my house since I got my truck. This was 4 years ago now, and I had it for a week, and we're getting ready to go on a road trip, and passing out the snacks, and my wife hands my son in the back seat a bag of Doritos. I said, "Don't you dare open up that bag of nacho cheese flavored Doritos
Orange
in my
dust.
brand new car." I'm like, there's going to be orange everywhere, and the truck is going to smell like Doritos.
Yeah.
And I think he was so scared he hasn't had one since.
You
And
scared him off him.
It cast a pall
Yeah.
on the entire trip. It really did. Me losing my mind. But I'm like,
You weren't
what
wrong.
is anybody
No.
thinking?
You could have just given him some napkins.
No.
How old was he?
I don't know. Let's
3.
How old is he now?
If he was like
I think he's 13 now. So he
Could
would
have been worse. It could have been Cheetos.
He would have been 9.
Cheetos dust is a lot
9,
worse.
and you thought he was gonna make that much of a mess.
Well, it was actually before his birthday. He was probably 8.
How dare you?
And yes, he would have made that much of a mess. He makes a mess now.
Oh, some little Dolphins fan crying.
Poor thing. Dak
Oh.
is about to score a touchdown.
Oh.
But the Cheetos dust, that's the bad stuff. That stuff it gets everywhere.
It really does, and it's not worth it. Cheetos are one of those snacks that are not worth it. The mix that Tamara is talking about:
So
good.
Cheetos,
Bags, yeah.
Doritos,
So good.
pretzels, Sun chips.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so good.
what's the name of that mix?
mini
Party
bags.
mix.
What's it called?
It's called Party Mix.
I don't think it
so-
is.
Party.
I don't think it is.
It's called Party Mix. All right.
From all
Very
this
serious about
stuff
that,
that you were googling, your algorithm is about to be crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's already messed up. It's called Munchies.
Munchie.
Munchies.
Munchies.
And you're thinking of the party size.
Wrong.
Party size.
Look at these two.
No. Look, they're in there
We're
arguing
really-
about it.
They're
we're
arguing
really
about
Utz
Googling.
Party Mix.
Okay, that's
that's
something.
Uggs.
That's Uggs.
That's
Uggs.
That's off-brand.
There's
That's
that-
off-brand.
It's like saying Doritos.
Right, it's not
or
Doritos.
Lay's Doritos. You know what I mean? Frito-Lay's Doritos. It's the
Yes.
brand followed by the name. It's Utz Party Mix.
Do you know what you're talking about?
What is happening?
You're just
on the
saying
show right
words. You're just saying brand names and things.
Utz is like you go.
Frito-Lay's Munchies are a different thing.
The name of the product is Munchies, and in Munchies you get
Look-
Sun Chips,
oh, wait,
Cheetos,
oh, wait.
Doritos, and pretzels.
Those right there, yes.
That
That's the bag.
I know.
That's
I'm looking at the
bag.
same thing right
That's-
now.
that's the
Munchies
bag.
is the product name.
Telling you want Utz Party Mix. Thank you.
Munchies, Snack Mix, Cheese Fix, Doritos, Cheetos, Sun Chips, and Rolled Gold.
There you go. Yeah, Utz.
That's something different.
Look what they call them. Cheese Crunchies. That's not Cheetos. Tortilla chips. I mean, I guess those are just nachos. That must be what they're calling Doritos and pretzel wheels.
So this is an example
Gross.
of when we are at the NFL draft. I want Munchies, not Utz Party Mix. This is the dollar store brand,
That's right, that's
Walmart
exactly- no, it's
brand
exactly what it is.
chips.
No,
I want
it's the
the
Aldi
real
brand.
thing.
See, I thought you were going to say, see.
All right, I
this-
grew up on Hydrox and not Oreos.
Get out of here with that.
I thought you were saying this is an example of what happens when your team is 3-11
See, I want
and you're
those.
forced to work on Christmas Eve.
Or the soda in my house just said
those-
cola.
Those chips are it.
Those are the ones.
They're
That's-
dangerous.
that's-
It's like you get a few and then you're like, you go back for the rest of the bag.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's the one.
That
That's
is
the
the
one.
gold
Just be
standard
careful,
right
kids.
there.
Can be sharp. Don't
Well,
overdo it.
There's
No.
not. You know, I'll tell you what.
Chew your food.
I'll tell you what they have the least of in those bags: sun chips.
Yeah.
That must be the highest cost product in that bag.
It's the highest risk.
Oh,
you know?
there's a crap ton of
Razor-sharp
pretzels in
edges.
there, and that's my least favorite thing in there. But the sun chips I truly enjoy, and they have the least amount of sun chips. in
Peanut
those
butter
bags.
filled pretzels, chocolate covered pretzels. What are we doing? on that?
I'll do a peanut butter filled pretzel.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Peanut butter filled
Flips.
pretzels, but I like the white chocolate covered pretzels.
Flips.
Yes.
With the Z.
Talk to me.
Look at this.
Talk to me about
We're
that.
snacking.
We're snacking.
We be snacking.
So the thing with the Doritos, and they were very big in the late 70s when I was a kid, and a bunch of knockoffs started appearing on the market. Tostitos
Yeah.
and Pepitos.
Pepitos.
And
I've never heard of the second
I
one.
still remember the commercial, oh, Pepitos, to pep up your party, Pepitos.
Didn't really-
Tasty and hearty Pepitos.
hey!
You can't beat those Pepitos. And as like an 8-year-old, I'm sitting there watching the commercial going like, that ain't nothing but a Dorito. You're just trying to be Doritos. I know when I'm being marketed to.
Well, then, like, Tostitos had all the different varieties, and they had, like, one shaped like little cups, you know, and so that, like, there was, like,
You're
people...
not dipping a Dorito in salsa.
Yeah, so the Tostitos people are hard at work, like, thinking,
Tostitos is
how can
salsa
we
chips.
modify a basic salsa tortilla chip to, like, you know, increase interest in
Yeah.
this, and it was, let's make them, like, little cups to get
weird.
the salsa, but they break very easily,
Yeah.
so maybe they
Yeah.
reinforce those things.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I bounce back and forth between, like, the scoops, the regular ones,
that's what it is.
and then the little circle ones. Like, they're, like,
Yeah.
mini.
Uh-huh.
There's, like, a bunch of different kinds.
I'll tell you the best thing the scoops are, or the little bowl things.
The scoops.
Yeah, the scoops. You know
Yeah.
what the best that is for making your own nachos, and I have cracked the code on this. You get the shredded Mexican cheese blend, right? And you arrange, I don't know, let's call it 15 chips on a plate.
Perfect.
You sprinkle carefully a little bit of cheese in each one.
Yep.
Microwave 25 seconds.
Oh, dude, your Mike do so after high school. That was my snack. That's exactly what I would do every time.
You're Rob Hardy Poole at the age of 52. It doesn't matter. You had the same culinary taste.
That or
as-
cereal. I'd be all over like a wheat Chex or corn Chex or not even like Lucky Charms, like just.
Let's do this instead of
Crispix.
football. You are forced to participate in an eating contest, like the Joey Chestnut hot dog 4th of July thing. What's the most? Pick a food that you can eat more of quickly than any other food. I'm not saying you're going to win
Churros.
the world championship. Churros,
Bob.
You would you would enter a churro eating contest.
Sure.
The big D.
All right,
French fry.
Full size churros.
I'll take them right down.
Okay, how many in 10 minutes do you think you're good for?
Are we talking like the long Disney like
I just
3-footer?
know. I said like a
one of those little
like
guys?
a 6-inch churro.
And worrying about getting sick isn't an option. There's money on the table.
Yeah.
I mean, 20, 30.
20
Oh, come on.
churros in 10 minutes.
Disney churros. I'll take the long ones.
What was that?
Okay. Tamara?
Right down the gullet.
Fries.
French fries. You can do a French fry eating contest. Okay. Morel. Food eating contest. You're going to put
Donuts all day. I'll beat you.
Oh, wow.
He is one of the most in shape people I know, and he eats 4 donuts like it's nothing.
Closing his rings.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Give me the family size box, like the 18-ounce box, and
With the milk or dry?
Yeah, but I like almond coconut milk as opposed to milk.
Milk with syrup.
Pan's
Such a
challenging people to
specific
Doritos
meal.
eating competitions.
Who is?
Pan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, nothing for nothing, LePan. Not to be a jerk. I'm not taking your any bets against you in any food eating contest. Is that not as big as he used to be? He's a big guy, though.
No, yeah.
Still a big.
Down 60 pounds.
He looks fantastic.
60 pounds. Way
But
to go, Matt.
Still.
It's amazing.
Yeah. All right.
It's good.
So-
and Paul's coming back.
So I'm going to put
What do you
my
miss?
Evan hat on
Okay.
and
Let's
say
do it.
that when I was being a nerd, the best way I could be a nerd, and looking at the Broncos,
Yeah.
I was surprised to see how bad they were against those short passes, those screen passes, because I feel like in all the previous Patriots opponents, they have been squatting on those because they know that they're coming, and they've been really good at stopping them.
Okay.
Whereas it's weird that the Broncos are not.
What does that
good
have to
at
do with
that.
Doritos?
I'm turning the page back
Oh,
around.
I forgot. Yeah.
I'm being
So
Evan.
the Doritos pre.
So I
So
was
you're
really-
saying that the Broncos are good or bad against.
That's one of the little areas there. I just don't feel like I got a good read on this defense right now. Like that's
It's
why
weird.
I asked what's Parker Gabriel about their defense a little bit, just with. It's not that like Derek Wolfe, Von Miller defense.
The Broncos'
from
defensive
yonder.
numbers are completely out of whack with a 70-point game. They get 350 rushing yards. They're not a terrible defense.
Yeah.
I know that the numbers would tell you they're bad, but it was all really born out of one terrible game.
Tamara gets us back on a football topic and then leaves.
She dropped the bomb and she runs.
That's right. All right. See you later. Merry Christmas. If I don't see you,
happy birthday.
Merry Christmas.
No, she'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday.
All right.
We just got a good 5 minutes while you're gone, Paul, just on Doritos and snack foods. So.
Oh my God, it was amazing. It was the best part of the show so far. And
I
then,
know to say 7:05 to 7:13, so more than 5 minutes.
8 minutes.
and then Tamara starts talking about
football.
Yeah,
we
the
got the
Broncos
pictures up there. I
defending the
like it.
screen pass. Yeah, it was great. Oh, wonderful. Oh, maybe we'll get a bunch of screens tonight. Whoa.
That'll be way out of character for the Patriots.
I know.
Let's get them. Let's get them.
I mean, if this does come down to like a coaching thing tonight, where do you rank Sean Payton in terms of like NFL coaches right now? I mean, obviously it was a bit of a rough start there in Denver, but where would you rank him? Is he a top third of the league coach right now?
I would say that, but I think that this is a good test for him because he spent the majority of his career in a dome with Drew Brees, and I think he had favorable conditions. So I don't know. I mean, at the beginning of the year, everyone was like, "Oh, look at this," but it does take some time, and I mean, I think that's probably something even Patriots fans better realize that even when you have an established head coach who had success somewhere, doesn't mean he's going to come in and everything's going to work right on schedule with when he arrives.
And we had when Parker was on with us earlier, he talked about like last year that Christmas Day game where they had to fire the coach after the game and all that stuff. I think Sean Payton has brought them at least out of that, where there's a professionalism. Like they have an operation. Like I don't think it's a great team. I don't think Payton has made it like all of a sudden from a terrible team to a great team. But I do think that they have an idea. It's like when Bill Vinovich referees the game. There's a control and a pace to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some other guys, what's John Hussey, who just to me every penalty is like, is that what it is? I don't know. Let's get up. Let's meet. Let's talk. I don't false start. No, and then he like stop. Like there's just a rhythm and a control, and I think Sean Payton has control of the sideline. Is he one of the best coaches in the football? I probably don't think so. To your point, I think he's kind of overrated with being indoors and having Drew Brees all that time, and I think that they lost a fair amount of home games in the playoffs that really shouldn't have been lost. And I'll give you one case in point that the Patriots benefited from was that Rams game with the egregiously missed pass interference at the end.
Oh, yeah.
They should have never been throwing the ball.
Yeah.
They should have been running the ball, taking knees, and kicking a field goal as time expired to win the game. And instead, they kept pushing the envelope to try to get a touchdown that they didn't really need, and it gave the Rams time to go down and tie the game with a field goal at the end. But I agree with you, Hardy, like maybe top third.
Okay.
But I don't think he's like magically made the Broncos like a huge player in the AFC.
Can you guys look at the monitor real quick? I've been working on something all season.
Oh.
Our monitor. Look at the Patriots logo and how I have it lined up on my hoodie. It looks like it's actual like an emblem on my sleeve.
It does.
And I had to lower my chair just now and get it just right. And I think I got the right color hoodie for it tonight. And everything is, I mean,
you've been workshopping this all year?
I've been working on it all year, and it's like you have to angle it just right, but it's like.
I wish it was on your chest, though, or maybe like over your breast, like,
Well, I don't want to mess with my Golf Fights Cancer logo there. That's a Brian Oates thing there.
Hey, one of the things that we talked about on my chin wag.
Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a good look at that. It's like it's part of it.
Are you flexing now?
Hopefully people are screenshotting this so we'll have evidence of it.
I've been flexing the whole time. You haven't noticed?
You do look rather pumped.
One of the things that we talked about on our chin wag, and I wasn't aware of this. I knew that Matthew Slater doesn't miss a lot of games.
Yeah.
You know, it's the first time since 17.
Wow.
He's been inactive.
Wow.
It's a long time, guy.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Well, I think it would be nice if he were to be back for the end of the season, and obviously this is probably something that I feel better about since he did make the trip, and there was a chance he was going to play. So,
I mean, yeah, it just like I said, I'm pulling my notes here. They're just like I said, the Patriots special teams have been really bad, and like without Slater, and what's that going to look like tonight? Like, how does it look worse than it's been? I don't know.
I don't know. Schooner Tuna's still out there.
Heck yeah.
So
he came in looking like a cowboy too. So look out, Denver.
I mean, he was out there before. And look, Slater does plenty for the special teams, and he's a leader. He's a captain. I get all of that, but I don't know that. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, but how much worse could they be?
Yeah.
It's a handful of plays each game, and
well, that's the big thing. You're absolutely right. Like Marvin Mims leads the league in kicks and punt returns. Does he have 20 combined? Probably not.
Right.
I don't know. I think the signs to me, and I'm usually like I develop some optimism during the week, and maybe we're getting out to the nitty gritty of these last 3 games, but like to me, the injuries, the ways these things
24.
24. There you go.
13 punt returns, 11 kickoff returns. 11 seems high for a team that plays in Denver because you wouldn't get any at home.
Yeah.
Like, see, I don't expect him to get any kick returns tonight at Mile High unless the balls are underinflated again.
Yeah. Well, there's that.
Just to finish my point, though.
Sorry, Mike.
It's okay. I think the Patriots.
My nonsense.
Wow. I think the Broncos. This could be a Broncos win by a few scores, I think.
Let's go to the phones here. We'll talk to Eric in New Jersey. Hi, Eric. Patriots pregame, fueled by Dunkin. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how we doing, Hardy? First, congratulations on the new gig. I wish you much success on that.
Appreciate it.
It's here on the Post Game Show, but it's if you guys give me a second, I just want to obviously have a bearing on the future, but it's obviously the Mayo situation. Obviously going into next season, the possibility that he may be the head coach. And it feels just kind of like a weird situation. I think obviously Kraft kind of maybe feels this makes a little bit advanced. I guess he was assuming Bill would obviously wouldn't fall off a cliff, the team would. But it feels weird that you're going to try to handcuff a coach with a coordinator that, he didn't get a selection of. Does he get to pick his defensive coordinator? Does he have a say to get to gel with the GM, the possible, head of player personnel here? So it's just like it's such a weird situation for a new head coach to come into a position where he can't dictate the terms of his staff. I just think that's an odd situation, and I just kind of want to take your opinion on that, and I'll take it off. And again, congratulations, Hardy.
Thanks, Eric.
Fellas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, I
Merry
don't
Christmas
think it's,
to you too.
I don't think it's all that odd for a first-time head coach in the league to not be given carte blanche to pick coordinators and all the members of the staff. Now, every situation is different. Obviously, here in New England, Bill gets, essentially to pick everything from the players to his coaching staff and everything else. But I don't know when Mike Daniel down in Miami first got the job, did he get to choose his own coordinators there? Did he get to
It would be
make
my
all the
guess.
picks?
I don't. I mean,
Or
my
did he
short
have
answer
some-
to that is I don't know.
He had
but-
some help from the general manager or from the president of football ops.
My
Again,
guess is a coach would get to pick his staff, but I don't know that
even
for
the
sure.
even the OC and the DC every time.
I mean, I don't think there's ever like an absolute.
Right.
I would never say like every time.
Well, that's what
especially- But my guess is that a coach has an idea of the players he wants on his roster, the coaches he wants on his staff, right? Wouldn't that make sense?
It does, but I think it speaks to Gerard Mayo's just his lack of outside experience, and so who is Gerard? Even if Gerard Mayo could pick who he wants, isn't he probably going to pick somebody that's been here that he knows anyway? You know?
I think you're right, and we were talking about this a little bit with Hardy on our extended chin wag when I was with him in Zoe. Like, there is a possibility it's not only Mayo, but it's Bill O'Brien.
Yeah.
And, you could even say, like, Matt Groh, and we had Albert Breer in from MMQB, and he was talking about that, and I was just like, why don't you just keep it all together then? Like, the most impressive thing out of that whole group to me is Bill Belichick's mind to put X's and O's together. Now, you could say, and I have been one to say it, that he has sort of lost his way in terms of what's important in the league, but his ability to scheme and game plan, I think, is still second to none.
Yeah.
So I think that there's an argument to be made. There's an argument to be made that if you're going to keep it together that much, then why are you moving on? You're obviously not sure. I think they should be sure and just rip the Band-Aid off.
That's unfortunately the conundrum is that, pretty much if Bill Belichick's not here next year, you're not going to have as good of a head coach. Like, that's just, like, you might believe that you have an opportunity to be better, or you might believe you have better personnel people, but the bottom line is when you get into a game and you have game planning, like, nobody's going to do it as well as he did it.
I exasperated
Here
Bert.
comes Bailey Zappi.
Here they come. I really exasperated Bert Breer about this topic in this conversation because he just thought I was being obtuse, and I just would I wouldn't give up on the fact that Bert said the same thing. Belichick is still the best. It's scheming and X's and O's. I said, how can you still be sure of that? I mean, it's not just a recency bias. It's a few seasons worth of some real questionable decisions, not just personnel, but some in-game stuff. You got a 3-11 football team here. Yeah. You got blown out in a couple of games. So this whole ability or this whole like mindset of just, he's still the best X's and O's guys. He is one of the best at scheming and coming up with a game plan. It's not even pushing back as much as it is. How come everybody still thinks this? Yeah. How come everybody still feels this
I was
way?
with Hardy on this. Hardy went at Bird a little bit with that. And I do think that he is, you want to say, like, Bill, this is the Denver Broncos offense. Can you come up with a good way to control this? Yeah. I think that he's a great guy to do that. But to me, I wonder what the value is in that if all of the other things are going to be going by the wayside, like that we've been talking about all year. Your first one, Mike, the draft.
Yep.
8 or 10 years of drafting.
Yep.
That's not an accident anymore. He's looking for players that I think fit in a different time.
Yeah.
And this is why, like, people say, well, if you took the GM away from him, well, it doesn't matter because he's coaching it in a certain way. Mm-hmm. He's punting on 4th and 2, down 17 in the fourth quarter. It's amazing. I was watching games yesterday, and there were teams that were out of the game, and they were going for it on 4th down. And I was like, what is this? Yeah. Like the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, they're desperately trying to get back in the game. They never really did. But at least they made Pittsburgh keep scoring because they were trying to score. And the Patriots, they allowed Kansas City to say, we have enough points. We don't need any more because you're not trying to score. Yeah. Like, that's not going to go away.
Yeah, no, it's a fair
so
question.
I kind of agreed with Hardy on that.
Yeah, and you get back to, Bill, the GM, and if he had drafted good players and he was coaching good players right now, would he be able to employ schemes better? But again, to get back to special teams, I think that is what's glaring to me is just that this team has always been known to value special teams more than other teams, and to have 2 years in a row where they're the bottom, really bad at special teams. Look, I know special teams, it's not a third of the game, but we don't want to blow it up to be something. But I just think it's kind of representative overall of how they've kind of lost their way and the things that they used to be really good at, and that they would win games at the margins. They're not turning the ball over anymore. They're making boneheaded plays on special teams. They're losing field position, all those things.
I just think if you're that undeniably good at the game planning and the X's and O's, you should be better than a 500 football team over the last 3.5 years.
Or you should at least look better than the talent that you have, and that's what you kept waiting for is that, and that's what the hope was. And I think when Brady left, you thought, at least in my mind, that if you have the best coach in the league, that
they're 8 games under,
you're gonna hang it. You're gonna hang in these games. You're
but
gonna be
still,
able to pull them out.
he's the best X's and O's and scheming and game plan guy. I'm like, we need to stop saying that. Well, you gotta. I just
the reason people say it is because they put it all on Bill the GM.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that there are plenty of teams that do it with similar amounts of talent.
Look at some
and
of the,
don't look like this.
Look at some of the records right now. Like the Falcons are 7-8. Green Bay is 7-8.
Yeah,
the Bears are 6-9.
Some of those teams I would say have more talent. I don't know about the Bears, but some of those teams have more talent than the Patriots.
And the Bears,
but again,
have
it doesn't look
many
like
wins as
it
you
doesn't
do
look
this
like
year.
this. Like you can be like the Cardinals have no talent, and they have the same 3-11 record. It doesn't look like this.
Right.
They move the ball and score every week. You know, whether it was Josh Dobbs or now that Kyler Murray's back. Like, they move the ball and they put points on the board virtually every week. They got rid of all their good players. They don't have any talent, but it doesn't, you know what I mean? And it doesn't look like this.
Yeah. And they're 3-11 when they have no talent on their team. And wait a second. How did they manage to get 3 wins? Do they have one of the best X's and O's, game planning, scheming guys coaching that team?
Yeah, I get your point, Hardy. I do. I get your point.
I just think too it boils down to how much impact does that really have on the game? You know, like, I mean, it's like we talk about all the time. It comes down to talent, and it comes down to, and sure, when you've got the talent and you can marry that with an excellent game plan, you know, it's not apples to apples comparing quarterbacks to coaches, and you know, and then we get all into the Brady and Belichick of it all, but I don't know. We'll see tonight.
Yeah, well, we'll find out what happens tonight. That's as Jerry Trippiano used to say. Yes, well, who do you think's going to win? We'll find out tonight.
Well,
okay.
I think the Broncos. I mean, I'd be surprised. If the Patriots come out with their injuries and having to fly across the country on this, and believe me, nobody in that locker room was looking forward to it. From the people we talked to, you know, having to get on a plane yesterday. So, I don't know. If the Patriots bring some fight tonight, maybe it's because they have some young guys who are playing to prove something. And, you know, there's a lot of rookies that are going to get a chance today. Jalen Reagor is in there. Keyshawn Booty's back in there for the first time in a while. So we talked about Alex Austin last week playing all the snaps without J.C. Jackson, Shaun Wade. So a lot of young guys are going to have an opportunity tonight. Again, it gets back to talent. Are these guys, you know, what kind of fight are they going to bring? And, you know, I mean, the Broncos they got to win every single game to make the playoffs. So they got a lot to play for. And, I mean, we don't need to tell any Patriot fans out there how many horror shows we've witnessed in Denver when you've had Brady and Gronk and it still goes sideways because it's just a tough place to play.
Yeah. Let's do the over-unders. Let's get to it.
It's time for this week's edition of Over-Unders.
You're over me? When were you?
Oh, Peyton.
Peyton Manning. What happened last week? Where do we stand on the season? Give it to me. Give me all you got.
Paul.
Give me all you got.
Paul, 5-1. Mike and Hardy, 3-3.
Wow.
Thank you much.
Season totals: Paul, 46-38. Mike, 45-39. Hardy, 39-45.
All right.
So we're seeing Peyton Manning, and I guess that's Bill with his back to us talking to him, but yeah, that's not. That's nice. Okay.
Bailey zapping passing yards, 184.5.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm going under.
184.5. I'm going to take the over. I took the under of this last week, and I was very fortunate to get it, so this week I'm going to go over.
Yeah, I'm going to go over on this one, too. You know, the ball sails further. They're gonna be running a bunch of. They're gonna be, their bread and butter, the screens. How's Denver against the screen?
Is that a thing?
Tamara brought it up just before she left.
Oh.
Russell Wilson passing yards, 208.5.
I'll take the over on that one too. Although this could definitely be an under kind of game with these guys, these offenses. I'm going to take the over. I'm going to look for some offense tonight.
I'm going to go under on this one. It's got to be a big night for the Patriots defense.
I'm with Paul. I think they're banged up in the secondary. I think bombs away Russell Wilson.
You're under on Zappy, right, Deuce?
I am, sir.
Okay.
Ezekiel Elliott rushing yards, 64.5.
Yeah, this could obviously be a big workload night for Zeke, so I'm going over. Just go over. You know it's the right call.
Yeah, I'll go over. Fine. You talk me into it.
I'm going to take the over, but I don't feel great about it because of his injury.
I think Kevin Harris can get
I think Kevin Harris could be running the ball.
Total field goals in the first half, 1.5.
Sugar. I'll go over.
Yeah, I got to think over.
Well, I'm a sport. I'll go under.
I'm a Huckleberry.
Post-game callers, 6.5.
Oh, wow.
Well,
in an hour, we got to do over. We got to do good and the bad.
Yeah, I'm going under.
Yeesh.
You're going under?
Yeah.
You guys are both going
and
under?
And if the Patriots should happen to win, it does not count. It does not count the player.
I'm going over.
Hardy's going over.
And a total score of 35 and a
wait,
half.
What did I go?
Hold on. Did you go on the?
Did you do?
No, I didn't do. I'll go under.
I just said, did you do?
Okay.
You went under.
Do-do.
Okay.
Do-do-do.
35 and a half over under for Hardy.
I'm going over that.
I'm going to go under.
Yeah, I'm going to go under too.
Well, that was fun.
That was really fun.
Hey, good luck to you two. Just a battle for first place right now, really coming down to it. I'm suckling hind teat. I don't think I have much of a chance.
I had a chance on making up some ground last week, and then that last drive by Seattle killed me.
Oh,
that was a 4-pointer in the
Pick 'em.
NHL, as they say.
I could have talked Bruins earlier, but we only wanted to talk basketball.
I think the Bruins are in
trouble,
significant trouble.
Yeah,
they got some issues.
Yeah.
Here we go. We have a email here from James Pettigrew about the 7 listeners/viewers right now to the Patriots pregame on this Christmas Eve. He said, "Can we call ourselves the Magnificent 7?" Absolutely,
Yeah.
James. And next time, write more in your email so it'll help us fill more time.
Whoa, look at these Broncos unis, huh? This orange. What is
Especially when
going
you
on?
start doing the very dramatic versions of those.
Yeah, you want me to do an overly dramatized one right now?
Please.
This is a blown cover from Alan. I was trying to be discreet at a family Christmas gathering, listening to the pregame show in an outward-facing earbud. However, I blew my cover when Hardy asked if they were swallowing Sun Chips whole and tore their stomach lining. There are small moments that will make me miss Hardy the most after this season. Best of luck in the future, and let's lose this one so we don't have that pesky player call-in to disrupt Hardy's swan song. Merry Christmas and go Broncos. We have 2 games left.
That's
it. Yeah, this isn't it.
I can't bail on the season.
No.
Well, you can.
They're 2 day games.
But you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
It's nice. That was like a request and dedication. Or maybe like Delilah, when they have Delilah at nights and they call in and the like people calling romantic songs.
Oh, yeah.
It's very
Delilah. That's
Delilah.
like a magic 106.7.
Right. There was a guy who used to be on the classic rock station here in town named Al Cole.
Oh, I do not remember that name.
Al Cole, who also wrote books about
Leatherbound?
Yes, with great mahogany shelves, leather-bound books. And I believe the book title was Romance of a Woman.
Oh.
And he also had an audio recording of his book.
So I have an observation about Bailey Zappi.
Let's do it.
Hit it.
I feel like he tucks his shirt in too far.
He needs a little overhang. He's got to like pull it up a little bit.
Well, the 4 is too low.
Yeah. Maybe that's just printed too low on his jersey.
No, I think he tucks it in too far.
Oh.
He's got a
looks odd to me. It's kind of like in the old days when do you see how low it is? It seems like there's more white space between his number and
I'm
his.
just amazed this is coming from you. I don't.
He's hiking his britches up too high.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
He's got the Jim
He's gotta-
Harbaugh
He's
thing
got to
going
lower
on.
the britches a little bit. And also, I don't know if you guys caught Nathan Rourke come out playing the role of Ken Walter.
Yeah.
There he is, right there in the
1-3.
background behind Cody Davis and the like.
That's great. Yeah. Seeing the uncomfortable
He is
tuck.
Nathan Rourke.
Always reminds me of Jim Harbaugh. That guy would tuck in a hoodie. That guy would tuck in a trench coat into his khakis. He's a big tucker-inner.
Chinos.
Yeah. I'm not a Jim Harbaugh fan.
Good game for Bryce Young today, huh?
Yeah.
300 and a couple tutties.
I didn't catch much of that one, but just the end of it. But
I'm just
Carolina,
watching the touchdown montage
have the Patriots
right now.
broken 30 points this year?
I don't believe that would be the case. I think they had 29 in that game against Buffalo.
Yeah. Speaking of Carolina, let's go to Michelle in South Carolina. Hi, Michelle. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Good to hear from you.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Deuce.
Hi.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Oh, boy.
What's up?
Wait, you're hitting the eggnog there, Michelle.
Yep.
Feeling no pain, huh?
Nope.
Okay. Well.
Anyway, Paul.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why have we not, in the last few weeks, not letting Zappy in the team, since we don't care, and they know we probably won't win anyway with the team that we have, and with Zappy at quarterback, why don't they just let them, like, air it out in the second half anyway? I know, like, he may get intercepted or whatever. Is it just because Bill doesn't want to lose by a lot? I think you might have said that before, but I don't remember.
Well, I think that's why they haven't gone for some of the fourth downs. But I think the problem the last 2 weeks in the second half hasn't necessarily been play calling as much as it's been a lack of execution. And that lowers the amount of plays that you get to run. So it seems like it's like 20, 25 passes in the first half and only like 12 in the second. But that's because they're not moving the ball in the second half. So they're not, continuing their drives. I mean, if you notice a huge, I thought they got a little conservative in the fourth quarter against Pittsburgh.
A little bit with the offensive line too. At least last week was
last week. I just think they were just inept.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think it was because they didn't want to throw the ball. The only drive I would have a problem with the actual play calls would be that last one on the 1 yard line where they're running quarterback sneaks. Like that to me was. That was poor to me.
What about the other games? You don't think it's been like that the other games?
Well, he's only had 3. Yeah, and they certainly threw the ball in the Chargers game. They just couldn't complete any of them.
Okay, one last question. So, okay, in a hole as a quarterback, what about crap, I forgot what it was.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas, Michelle.
I only hope my Christmas is as enjoyable as this one.
Right.
Paul, but I have a really good question for you next time.
Oh, okay. I look forward to it.
Hi, Hardy.
Michelle, you can call in. I'll be on the midday on Hardy's show again on Wednesday.
Oh. In the morning?
Don't worry,
From 10 to 2. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know who I'm on. I don't think you'll be with me.
I
right,
won't
Hardy?
be there, no. But you can call Paul on Wednesday, Michelle.
Yeah, you can give me the question that
All
you
right,
forgot.
Paul, I'll call you.
Thank you, Michelle. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Bye-bye. Michelle sent nice
She's
gifts.
a delight.
Nice gifts to the radio station. Like, this is the Patriots.com. Yeah, this is a whole thing here. But to us, we have quarter zips. I got a golden retriever head cover. Head cover. Yeah, she sent me a puppy, which is above and beyond.
Seems illegal.
You priced puppies lately? They are not cheap.
Just arrived at this radio station with a box with holes in it.
That's right. Gary in Vermont. What's going on, Gary?
I just thought I'd call and commiserate with you folks. I'm stuck working overnight tonight.
Oh, that stinks.
Do you get to watch the game at least?
I thought I'd call and say hello and say, hey, I am listening, so I'm one of your 7 callers.
I appreciate it. Gary, what do you do?
Gary.
What do you do for work, Gary?
I'm babysitting a warehouse tonight that it's a grocery store warehouse.
Gotcha. And are you
Does
able
that mean you don't have to watch the game?
I can't watch the game. I can listen to it.
All right. Well, that's you're
probably
better
for the
You're
best.
probably better off. Yeah. All right, Gary. Hey.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I figured it really is not worth watching tonight, and I figured I'd just sit here and hang out and listen to it while I do virtually nothing.
There you go. Well, Gary, we're going to be watching. We're going to be pulling the post game, so feel free to call back in. And it was good to talk to you. Thanks, Gary.
Not too many people.
All right, you guys have a good night.
All right, take care.
Thanks, Gary.
Go to Campbell and Sharon. What's up? What's up, Campbell?
Oh,
do you know this person?
I think I know who it is. What's up, bro?
Hi.
What's up?
You watching the game later?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a feeling.
And then what are you going to do?
Go to bed.
And what happens tomorrow?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, right on.
Campbell, I think the goal is to be up when Dad gets home, and then you guys can talk about the game, because I'm sure that Dad will really want to talk about the game for another couple of hours when he gets in the house, right?
Yeah.
How's basketball going, buddy?
Wake him up. Yeah, we had a way to wake him up by playing his least favorite Christmas song.
Which is what?
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
That is in the bottom 5 ever. That's a good call by Dad.
Campbell, what are you really hoping for?
Do you know who's singing this song right here?
Oh, he knows that one.
What are you really hoping for tomorrow in terms of a gift?
that I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, so you'd be happy with anything.
See, he's got such a wonderful home life, Hardy,
right.
that there's nothing.
He's got
that
everything he needs.
He's got everything he needs.
That's right. Well, hey, Merry Christmas, buddy.
I mean, he could have a father that knew a little more about basketball. But
Thanks, bud.
What are you going to do?
Thank you.
Okay.
Enjoy Christmas, Campbell. You and Tyson be good.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
I was so nice to my kids. That was one of mine. Yep.
Does your family listener watch any of your stuff, Paul?
No.
No. There's
It's old hat to them.
0.0 chance
So,
any member of my family, and they're all home, they're all chilling, they're doing things. They're not watching, they're not listening, and they are not calling in.
So every once in a
Not
while, I'll hear one of my kids will say, I happen to be driving and I heard X or whatever, something like that. Or TJ, who lives at the gym, says, yeah, once in a while when I'm at the gym, like the TVs are on and I see you, but obviously you can't hear the volume. So that's him. To the point, like, how long have I been doing All Access? Like, I don't know,
40 years?
15 years at this
Right.
point,
15
15 years. So it's Mike
Since the
Reese,
aughts.
who is just sort of the ultimate Patriots reporter.
Yeah.
It's like everybody knows Mike Reese.
Yeah.
So there's a little picture of Mike today with Zoe, and Zoe calls him Santa's little helper on Twitter. And I laughed, and TJ's like, well, what are you laughing at? I go, and I showed him. I go, you know Mike, right? He goes, no. I go, Mike Reese. I go, you know Mike, right? Like I do All Access. He goes, no, I mean, I heard you talk about him, but no, I don't know who that is.
Wow.
Like, they just have no interest whatsoever.
Did they ever follow the Patriots? Like,
Oh, yeah.
when they were winning?
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't know how you follow the Patriots, not know who Mike Reese is.
Yeah, they don't
They
really
just follow you, Dad. They're like, Dad, we don't need anyone else but you.
No. You're missing the whole point. They don't follow me.
They don't know anybody.
No.
Yeah, that was Hardy's original point. Do they follow anything that you do?
My
Not
son,
even Reese.
The only time that they ever heard me on this show is when they're actually here on the show with me.
Like sitting there listening, like, can we go home?
Can we
This
go home
sucks.
yet?
This is stupid.
Who are you talking to?
My son found out about my job change through his English teacher. He came home one day.
Really?
He's like, are you getting a new job? I said, yeah. And he goes, yeah, my English teacher told me to tell you congratulations.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm like, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there. I'm present. You know, I'm not like an absentee father. I'm actually home.
I'm not an absentee father.
I'm actually home.
Christmas Eve.
I
do have quite a few
bit.
jobs.
Yeah, but I do.
Most of them from home.
Like at least 2 of them from home. I'm home a lot.
Yeah.
And so we talk about our days and stuff, but that in terms of like the work side of it, they're just not interested.
And I'm not your bra.
Yeah, we're not friends. I'm his dad. It's a different thing. Chutters in Manchester, UK. Hello, Chutters.
Hey, guys. Just wanted to call in, wish you all a Merry Christmas. Good luck to Hardy, and say that my Christmas wish for the Patriots this evening is that the defense score a touchdown.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. And I think
They sort of do.
I think they're thinking about that.
Me too.
They're due.
I think like Jelani Tavai with the attempted lateral.
It was Matthew Tavai tried last week.
Yeah.
I think that was them. They're really looking after that.
Chutters, I asked Kyle Duggar about that this earlier in the week, and I said, do you guys feel compelled to go out there and score? You're playing so well, and you're keeping these teams but we see you guys, trying to make things happen, whether it was Tavai, and he said, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He copped to it. He's like, yeah, we're trying to score.
Yeah.
So they know. It's not a secret, so I hope it happens tonight too, Chutters.
Well, I mean, it happens in preseason training. We hear all about how they flip it for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And let the defense play offense, the offense play defense. It couldn't look much worse if they did that in a game, let's be honest.
Yeah, why not? Let's take it for a spin.
So, real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, thank
Sorry,
you.
Chutters.
No, thank you for
I like-
checking in.
I
It's
like
very
it.
late there. We appreciate you staying up with us. Thank you.
Thanks, Chutters.
And he's
Mike
gone.
Reese just tweeted out the top Patriots offensive line in warm-ups.
Mhm.
Now, we'll see if this changes. He says we'll see if that holds in the game. Left to right, Vidarian Lowe, James Ferentz, David Andrews, Sidney So, Mike Onwenu.
Okay. So Trent Brown is still fighting through whatever he's fighting through, and he's not going to start maybe?
Oh, blood and guts can't make it?
Yeah, and it looks like Mafi not hanging on to the left guard spot. I'm sure Mafi will probably play with Ferentz. But you
Okay,
talked about like.
so I'm just gonna
he
say
hasn't played a
this.
football game all year, and now he's got to hop out there and play a full game
Okay,
at guard. in the Mile High.
like, I know I take these to a little bit of an extreme, but like, do you think it makes any sense whatsoever to play James Ferentz over Antonio Mafi?
No.
And unless you're telling me, and if it's the case, then he shouldn't be on the team. If you're telling me that he puts the whole offense in harm's way, like, why wouldn't you just get this guy more snaps?
Sure. Yeah, I made that point earlier with playing the young guys tonight, but I mean, I think he will play, but I don't know.
No, we'll see. Like Mike says, we'll see if that holds in the game. Maybe Trent Brown is still getting over whatever illness he had last week, and they just didn't want to waste any reps for him.
If you're talking the tank, I mean, Vidarian Lowe at left tackle, that might not be the worst thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but I know that Trent Brown is hurt, and he has a couple of injuries that he's listed with. Is Mafi on that injury report too? I don't think so.
No.
Wow. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. And you know me. I mean, I love me some James Ferentz.
That's funny.
Let's go to Mike in Florida, and then we'll do our four-pack.
Mark,
Right.
Mark Daniels with the quote, "Good luck."
Right.
Did he really say it?
No, it's a joke. He said, as someone once told Liam Neeson, quote, "Good luck," with the offensive line.
Mike, what do you got for us?
Hardy, am I talking to you?
You are.
Oh, excellent. You guys, I'm Boston Baked Bean, getting refried here in Florida since '91.
Nice.
Every time I go to the friggin' Miami games, Patriots lose, so I stopped going, but didn't seem to help. Anyway, Merry Christmas to you guys. I love you. You keep me informed since I'm down here in the Booneyvilles. And keep doing what you're doing. Hardy, if you're leaving, I'm sorry to see you go. I love you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You guys have a very Merry Christmas, and that's all I got to say. I mean, the Patriots suck this year. What can we do? Hopefully we will build, Get rid of Bill. I think he's an old-timer. We need some new school. Anyway.
All right, Mike.
Merry Christmas.
Love you.
Have a great day.
He's got the
You as well, Mike.
He's got the sound of a guy who's spending Christmas in Florida.
Great,
Like,
Mike. What are you going to do?
what are you gonna
Have
do?
you ever? You probably have. Have you spent Christmas in a warm weather climate with all the different places you've lived?
Oh, yeah.
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 What's that? Is that
Vegas
is it any
Christmas?
different
Well,
to you? In all seriousness,
I mean, my first year in Las Vegas, I mean, I didn't really know anybody there, and I wasn't going anywhere, I don't think. And I was on the air Christmas Eve, and I used to work nights in Las Vegas, and all the local bars, I found out, early on, were open 24/7, 365.
Wow.
So Christmas Eve, I just did what I always went to the bar and just hung out, and I realized it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd only been off work for like 3 hours and just hanging out and talking to a thing. I'm like, oh, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
But it's not warm. It's high desert, so it's not like
that's
sunny
true.
and
I mean,
warm.
it's funny
More
because
for you then, I guess.
But
For
Christmas,
Deuce,
kind of like the
definitely.
weather like this is kind of like sometimes with LA. Like, I mean, it was like 50 degrees.
Yeah, it
today,
is pretty mild
It was
today,
kind of mild,
yeah.
but it's jarring. I mean, that's one of the biggest things I found living on the West Coast was. I think living here, you have such a sense of time passing by the seasons. You associate a lot of things with like, oh, that was fall, that was spring. Like you remember things because of what the weather was kind of like. And out there it was hard because everything kind of blended together. It was just always warm and nice, and you couldn't really rely on the seasons. I mean, they do change. It's subtle, but I like Thanksgiving because we had outside Thanksgiving all the time with all like the transplants out there. That was one of my favorites. But it's weird. You like the cold weather, and I mean we don't have
Yeah,
rain, and
I never. I mean, I've obviously been here for Christmas every year of my life. We used to talk about it. My parents had a home in Florida, and we always talked about one year, like the whole family going down for Christmas, and we obviously could never do it because of me. So it was like, someday when he's not working there anymore, I'm like, the house is gone now. We don't have it anymore. But I just would wonder what that would be like because we had the whole thing sort of planned out that we would open the gifts like out on the lanai, right by the pool.
A little lanai.
Yeah,
I love it. It
was a really nice house.
But even out there, like they had good Christmas lights, neighborhoods and stuff. Like
my mother
like
had
they
the
still
whole
have
things for the candles in the pool.
Yeah,
because they used to go down in December every year, and she had like Christmas candles in the pool and stuff.
Trees were expensive though. You gotta get them shipped in and stuff. you
Yeah.
know, but
We did.
Well,
Nice.
that's real trees. Right?
We did Thanksgiving
doing it right.
Thanksgiving in the Bahamas a couple of years ago.
Oh.
And I thought,
Oh, an
man,
aristocrat.
This is going to be
Medium
weird.
rare for him, Matt.
That's right. Oh, an aristocrat. No, it was like a whole celebration thing with my wife's birthday and a friend of mine's milestone birthday, and it was around Thanksgiving. Let's just we're not going to Atlantis for Thanksgiving. I thought, well, why not? And went down there, and not only did it not feel like Thanksgiving, we didn't even have turkey. We went to like a steakhouse for dinner that night. It was fantastic. I didn't miss the Thanksgiving thing at all.
Yeah.
Didn't even watch football. Like, who cares?
How about anybody ever have turkey on Christmas?
Yeah, we used to when I was a kid. That was what we did for Christmas.
We tried to,
turkey.
but then the Bumpus's dogs.
No turkey no turkey hash, no turkey soup.
See, there's another one. I don't even know what they're talking about half the time.
How can you not?
Turkey a la King?
You never watched Christmas Story with your BB gun?
I don't know the lines. I know of the movie, but it wasn't like a big thing for me. Like I know everybody is like, how could you not have that?
Because it's on a loop, literally, for 24 hours straight on multiple channels.
I know, and I don't watch it.
Okay. Well, I did that. Here
This is the Sunday six pack, so kick back and listen to my position. I'm itching to get the picks back. You better bring a big stack.
Get it mixed, Jack.
I came to win it. Yeah, this is the Sunday six
pack.
Today it is a Kit Kat 4-pack, but first we find out what happened last week with the picks. What happened?
Everybody went 4-2 last week, bringing the season totals to Mike 44-31-5, Hardy 42-33-5, Paul 36-39 and 5.
All right.
Coming down to the ME and Hardy, huh?
That's fun.
Monday, 1 p.m. The 6-8 Las Vegas Raiders at the 9-5 Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City -10.
Yeah, Kansas City at home. Not overly impressed with them, but I still think Patrick Mahomes is really good. I'm going to take KC. I'm going to lay the 10. That's a little scary, though.
Yeah, I'm going to lay the points, too. I think they own the Raiders, and I don't see the Raiders putting up that many points against the Chiefs defense with Aiden O'Connell.
I would love the action on this, but I just don't see the Raiders getting it done on the road on Christmas Day at Arrowhead. No, I'll lay 10 points.
Monday at 4 p.m., the 5-6 New York Giants at the 10-4 Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia -13.5.
I'm going to take the Eagles here. Big spread. Don't like laying that many points, but I think the Eagles are desperate. I think they're focused, and they need a resounding win, and we'll get one.
Yeah, I hate this, but we have this for one of our picks on the show on your station there.
Oh.
So I have to root that way. I hate it, though. But I don't want to split my rooting interest, so I will lay the nearly 2 touchdowns you have to take the Eagles.
I'm gonna make it fun. I'm gonna take the points. I'll take the Giants.
I want to desperately. I just can't.
Let's make it interesting.
Monday Night Football, the 11-3 Baltimore Ravens at the 11-3 San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco -5.5.
What do you think, guys? Super Bowl preview?
Perhaps.
This game? Perhaps.
I'm going to say no.
No.
You're going to say no?
I am going to say no.
Okay.
It's half of a Super Bowl preview.
Oh, but
We'll see if Deuce picks up on this one. An opportunity, perhaps, to make money, perhaps, to lose money, perhaps.
Damn, it sounds familiar, but...
Glenn Ross.
No, I wouldn't have gotten that one.
I'll take the 49ers.
I definitely don't know the lines to that movie.
I'm taking the Niners, too, at home. Pablo?
Well, Paul's not going to be able to pick
Pablo,
up any
honey?
ground because I'm taking San Francisco, too. This is the
Make your
half
pick,
of the
Pablo.
Super Bowl preview that I think will be in the Super Bowl.
All right, so you think
Niners.
it's going to be 49ers and...
Let me wait till the end of the year on that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
The winner of Miami Buffalo.
Oh,
How's
yeah.
that sound?
There you go.
Okay.
There
Miami
you go.
Buffalo play in Week 18. I'm
Okay.
going to take the winner of that game to win the Super Bowl.
I like it.
And the 3-11 New England Patriots
I
at
mean,
the
to go to the Super
7-7 Denver Broncos. Denver -7.5.
To me, this is the easiest pick on the board.
Yep. Yeah, it is Denver. I'm going to take Denver. I'll be surprised if this is a close one. I got a feeling Denver's gonna beat them by a few scores. I got Denver 27-10.
Yeah, I didn't know where that hook came from with that spread, but I will also take Denver. I have it 20-10. I just don't like laying more than a touchdown with a team that can't score. But I will take Denver.
Well, you guys got this dead wrong.
Uh-oh.
It's Patriots.
You got it
plus
all wrong.
7.5. The final score is 2017 Denver, but No, it's Patriots plus 7.5.
That'll be that game. Oy.
What were your final scores there, boys?
27-10.
20-10 for me.
And All right, good.
Great.
Well, got that done.
Grand.
I'm finished with this guy.
Yeah. I knew that one.
Thank you.
That's my cousin Vinny Deuce.
I got that one, Paul.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
I rewatched A Few Good Men. A good chunk of it.
Now, that one I
yesterday.
could do all day.
Oh, yeah. Right?
It shouldn't be as good as it is. It's really good.
It's excellent.
It's really good.
There's no question.
It's a Rob Reiner film. Did you know that?
I wouldn't have, not off the top of my head. I
Yes,
think
I did.
I didn't get Aaron Sorkin first with it,
Oh.
but yeah.
All right. Hey.
Hey.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Salud.
If you're not with us for the post game, I can't say that I blame you, but we're going to be here.
I would say, why would you be?
Yeah, we're going to be here, and we hope that you will join us. Until then, thank you for listening and watching.
Thank you for downloading this podcast. Subscribe on Apple, Google Play, and everywhere else you listen. Like the show? Please rate and review us. Listener comments and ratings help keep us high in the podcast rankings so new listeners can find us. Be sure to check Patriots.com for more news and more podcasts.